It's one of those nights, ladies and gentlemen. One of those nights, man, where we get the doc 3 times. We're venturing into 2019 Monday Night Raw era of Dynamite. Only the rarest of rare shows get 3 red skies. And tonight, it's quite deserved, ladies and gentlemen. This show sucks. This show is just terrible television, man. Jon Moxley seized the TBS SuperStation. It's a nice throwback to when I used to watch the Atlanta Braves on TBS, sitting in front of my grandma's box television. What exactly did Jon Moxley do to seize TBS? Did he take over a production truck? Did he unmask Sockface? Did he beat the unholy shit out of Tony Schiavone? Did we get ringside destruction? He took a steel chair to J.D. Drake. Ladies and gentlemen, just for that, I'm gonna need 2 old fashions, 3 cherries in each one. We're gonna drink them cold tonight. When I get there, I wanna know on this Wednesday night at the OTS venue, what the fuck are you guys drinking? I'll see you over there.
Why has Triple H been so successful? Why is Triple H running WWE better than Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard on Monday and Friday night? Long-term booking.
What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining us right here on Off the Script. This is your AEW Dynamite post show for November 13th, 2024. I am your host, JD from New York, as always, coming to you live from the OTS venue. Back on Wednesday nights, no preemptions this week. I am JD from New York, as always, joined by my very good friend and co-host on Wednesday nights, the Chi-Town Smart, Jesse. What is going on, brother?
Bro, it's good, man. How you feel, bro?
I I feel good. I feel good that we're back. I feel good that I have a cold beverage in front of me. I feel good that I get to play a little Destiny with nobody bothering me later. And this show sucks. This show was bad, man. Come on. This show was not good tonight.
It could have been better.
Yes, it could have been a lot better. For sure.
It could have been a lot better.
This show was so bad it got 3 Dr. Disrespect red skies in the beginning of the stream tonight.
3 in a row?
Three in a row. That is only a record held by Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
Let's see, is that a new precedence, man?
For AEW, yes. It is a new record for AEW. Tony Khan is venturing into uncharted territory.
Ooh, but we had a reset, though.
Yeah, we got a reset, man. Well, what's the reset consist of?
Did the records wipe and start over? No? Okay. Was there there was a new entrance theme to the show?
No.
Okay. There was a new stage setup?
No, you're all for 3, brother.
I tried, man.
Is there a new showrunner for the show? Is that a possible question that we can throw in there? A possible new showrunner, new creative? No, there's no new creative. Oh man. So what fucking reset are we talking about?
Look, as long as everything is fine with JD Drake as we go through the show, then I'll be okay.
Man, right? Wasn't that some subliminal message type shit out there, man? What the fuck was that? Huh? Oh my goodness.
Don't be full of yourself, man.
I won't be surprised with these fucking people, man. Listen, where do you want to start tonight, man? I have a feeling I'm gonna go off. I don't listen. Everybody's like, oh, JD's gonna have a category 6 hurricane-like rant tonight, man. Listen, I don't prep these rants. We just kind of go with the flow here, as per name of the show. So I'm gonna leave it to Jesse, and then we'll navigate these seas as we see fit, man. What do you want to talk about, man? What was your takeaway from tonight's show, man? Before I fucking lose a gasket over here.
So, wow. Tag team division, it's there. There is one. Okay.
Barely.
All right. We got that. I guess we should start with Jon Moxley, since he took over the TBS Superstation, right? That should be the most important thing.
They teased Jon Moxley taking over the TBS or seizing the TBS Superstation. It hasn't been called the TBS Superstation since the days where I used to watch the Atlanta Braves on TBS and fucking Chip Carey was calling the goddamn Brave games on TBS. But they put a graphic up with Jon Moxley seizing the TBS Superstation. Now, one would think that when you put something out like that, that something volatile is going to happen. Something vicious is going to happen. There's going to be like a takeover of some sort. He's going to do something memorable happen. He's going to do something that's going to leave you saying, oh, man, I can't wait to see what happens next week. What is he doing now? Who's getting injured? Who's getting beat up? What does this mean? Taking over a production truck?
Remember, winter is coming?
For AEW, right?
Yeah, that was a big time spot. It was a big time spot. Remember the Festival of Friendship?
Yes.
Big time spot for the show, for the TV show, right?
Yeah.
This was just as monumental, right?
It was so monumental that all 1,900 people in Bridgeport, Connecticut couldn't be bothered to even make a peep in attendance tonight. This was one of the most clickbaity, this was one of the most false advertising things that AEW has ever done. Jon Moxley did not take over a production truck. Jon Moxley did not beat up ringside crew. He did not leave the ringside area at the end of the show in shambles. He did not unmask fucking Excalibur. He did not slap the fucking piss out of Tony Schiavone. I'm waiting for somebody to do that because he's fucking terrible. Nothing like that happened.
Well, it was a recorded segment, and they went and physically took over TBS Towers.
They did not venture to Atlanta, Georgia, and take over Time Warner Discovery or Warner Brothers Discovery headquarters. No, he did not do any of that. The season of AEW consisted of, and I mean this, and I am not trolling any of you guys. I mean this with every fiber of my being. The season of TBS was attacking J.D. Drake of the Workhorsemen. Who? Oh, a loser. Another loser signed to an AEW contract. J.D. Drake, who took a steel chair to his back, and then Jon Moxley cut a promo in front of crickets, and one of the people in attendance, because it was so silent you heard everything come off television, one guy in attendance yelled, "Come back to Roman!" He legitimately yelled, "Come back to Roman Reigns," to Jon Moxley in Bridgeport, Connecticut, which is not that far from Titan Tower. So, I mean, it goes without saying what type of people were in attendance tonight. "Come back to Roman," he yelled. And Jon Moxley threatened to make hamburger meat out of Orange Cassidy, while Orange Cassidy comes out to rebut Jon Moxley and challenge Wheeler Yuta to a wrestling match next week on Dynamite. He wants to wrestle Wheeler Yuta on Dynamite next week. And then Darby Allin jumps off the ledge in the crowd and jumps on top of Marina Shafir and Jon Moxley wearing some sort of purple mask. I don't know what he was disguised as this week. And then the segment came to an end and Moxley retreated.
Wait, Jesse, you're not going to bruise over this.
What did I miss?
You mean to tell me, whoa. What are we getting next week?
We're getting a wrestling match.
Orange Cassidy and Wheeler Yuta?
Yes.
Man.
This is absolutely monumental, groundbreaking, unbelievable creative by Will Washington and Tony Khan. This shit is as embarrassing as it sounds, ladies and gentlemen. This company is in some deep trouble. And this company is afloat right now. How? I have no fucking idea. And the only thing that I could sit here and think about is how this storyline is a fucking failure after 6 weeks. It's gone nowhere. It will go nowhere after he defeats Orange Cassidy at Full Gear. And the only thing I can think about is how much of a sucker David Zaslav is that he willingly gave Tony Khan $555 million for this subpar fucking garbage that we see every single week. This is what you paid for? The only thing that is seized is the fucking plummeting ratings that are certainly going to be tomorrow afternoon when Brandon Thurston puts them out at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. This shit is fucking embarrassing. That's what you call a company takeover? That's your biggest storyline in the entire company? J.D. Drake, The Dork Order, Chuck Taylor, Orange Cassidy, fucking jobber A, B, C, D, E, F, G from the fucking community section on WWE 2K25. What the fuck are we doing here, bro? What are we doing? Bro. You had weeks to sell us on this storyline, and you have fucking drove people away from this show even further than already have been driven away. And this is what you call the biggest storyline in company history? By the time we get to the fucking conclusion, nobody, and I mean 0 people, will give a shit how this ends. This is fucking terrible. I'm sorry, Jesse. This is terrible.
I think you're bruising over some high-powered information here, bro.
Please, fill me in.
Wheeler Yuta and Orange Cassidy? J.D. Drake may never be the same. Bro, this company has been turned on its head. Woo!
All right, Mr. Sarcasm, all joking aside, let us know how you feel. Go ahead. This is why you're here.
I am here. Let me tell you why I'm here. I'm here to bring some levity and some common sense and some level-headedness to some of the things you say that maybe you go too far and over the top. I'll let you know when you go too far and you're over the top. So far, so good.
Okay.
It's at J.D. Drake, bruh. And Wheeler Yuta and Whoa.
You know, me and Solomon talked about this last night. We're going to let it see it play out. You know, I think he is more of an even keel personality, and he is willing to give it a chance. I think even he is being too nice when it comes to what we're seeing on television. I am more of a, listen, man, I don't need that much time to figure out what I like and what I don't like, what's working and what's not working, man. I go to a restaurant, and if I don't have a good experience, I'm not going back to that restaurant again. I go order a cup of coffee from a certain place here in town, and they make it wrong. I am likely not going back there again, and I'm going to go to where I usually get my coffee. That's how things work. That's how life works. You get one shot to make this shit work. AEW's now given us 6 weeks to make this work, and this is what we're doing. Yet you still have people saying, oh, who did you want them to start off with? You wanted them to start off with the Will Ospreys and the MJFs and the Kenny Omegas of the AEW roster. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm asking for them to write something that's captivating, that says to me and Jesse, hey, I want you to watch my show next week. This is what we're doing. Please join us next week on TBS at 8 p.m. Eastern. I don't get that feeling at all from AEW, and I haven't gotten that feeling at all from AEW. In fact, this show and what we do Tuesday for 2 hours on Wednesday nights, it's becoming more of a chore to watch this show than anything. I have a better time here on this show than I do watching Dynamite.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, dude. It is a struggle to turn the PlayStation off to watch Dynamite on Wednesday.
Correct.
It is. I have so many more interesting things I could be doing this week. And sometimes I'll admit the show is not worth it. And I'll preface this, and I mean, I should preface this every week. It has nothing to do with the in-ring work. It has nothing to do with the talent. If there is something specifically disturbing me about the talent or someone's in-ring work, we will specifically point that out. Otherwise, this is all creative. This is 100% all creative. I think the talent is doing the absolute best they can do with what they're given to work with. It's creative here.
Yeah, it's all creative. And, you know, I don't really know who to point the finger of blame at. You know, we could sit here and blame Tony Khan till we're blue in the face, but obviously he's got people working around him. I don't know how much say those people have in what happens on the show. I don't know how much of it gets into Tony Khan's ear and then actually makes it onto Dynamite every single week. But clearly this show, and I'm not saying I can do better because I don't know how the internal workings of the company work, or any pro wrestling company for that matter. But what I do is...
I could do better.
You could do better.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Okay, well, you said it, I did. I don't want people to fucking clip this out of context. He said it, I didn't say it. Listen, I can't book a pro wrestling show, but I know what's good and I know what's bad and I know what works and what doesn't work, and I know what the logic gaps would be before you even fucking venture down that path. There's so much wrong with this show and so much to critique about this show that it's fucking embarrassing, and it's almost sad that the fan base doesn't see it. Tony Khan, Will Washington, and everybody else thinks that they are smarter than the fan base. And the fan base that actually supports this shit, they will eat it up and they will not say anything about it. Even though the taste of it is fucking terrible, they will sit there and be force-fed exactly what Tony Khan and Will Washington are giving them. This show is not exciting. It is lifeless. It is dull. The audience in attendance barely reacts. And you are not... Listen, Jesse said it best tonight because he mentioned something to me about Britt Baker. Britt Baker's not over anymore is what he said. And I said to him, it's tough to be over in front of 2,000 fucking people in Bridgeport, Connecticut who doesn't give a shit about the product. And even if it's 2,000 people, those 2,000 people could still be loud for whoever they like. They weren't. They don't
give a shit.
They were not loud for Jon Moxley. They were not loud for Britt Baker. They were not loud for much of anything on this show outside of possibly the main event between Malachi Black, Brody King, and FTR, which was a very good match. But outside that, how does anybody in this company sit there watching what we do, watching what others in the community do, criticize their product, and then turn around and say, hey, man, everything is great in AEW. We have nothing to fix. Why don't you have anything to fix? Because you fucking robbed Warner Brothers Discovery of $555 million? The truth of the matter is, their shows, ever since this TV deal was announced, have gotten significantly worse, to the point where they've produced the worst fucking television of the entire year in 8 weeks now, since that announcement has been made. I said it then, and I'm going to say it now. My fear was then, and my fear is still now, and it's only going to get worse. They took the money, and they feel like they don't have to put any effort in on Dynamite, and they're simply going to give you banger pay-per-views with absolutely no care, rhyme, or reason to book good week-to-week, consistent, episodic, story-driven television. That's the problem.
Well, I don't know if that's all the way fair. Let's be fair. They were terrible before they signed that deal.
Yes,
they just didn't improve at all after they signed the deal.
No, and that's even worse, actually.
Yeah. So I think they've been consistent. They've been consistent. I'll give them that. And look, me personally, I don't want to get into specifics about who's failing this roster in creative. I don't know what Will Washington does back there. I don't know what Jennifer Pepperman does back there. I don't know if Brian's back there helping. I don't know if Mox is back there helping. I don't know. And to be honest, that could be a revolving door of people who's actually active in week to week. But we do know one person that's always actively involved in creative, and that's who I'm going to lay the blame on until we know with absolute certainty who's holding the golden pin back there. I'm just going to assume it's all TK. I don't know what ideas are getting to him. I don't know what ideas are getting shut down when they get to him. But I do know that he's over everything that does come out and what we see on TV. And what we see on TV is not good. So for me, that all falls on Tony Khan. We know Jimmy Jacobs was fired. We were told that he was the right-hand man in creative, and now he's gone. So, again, until we get an actual public statement or something addressed to tell us who exactly is the reason that we're getting the stuff that we're getting on TV, I'm just going to put it all on TK's plate. I don't know if it's Jeff Jarrett. I don't know what's going on in creative, but it's not working. And the last thing we officially saw was when Cody left and Tony let us know that he is the president, CEO, head of creative. Everything that's to be done in AEW goes through him. So he gets all of the blame.
He does.
He
and he
wanted
should.
the smoke. He got it.
Yep. And that's exactly who we are going to blame, because it starts and it ends with Tony Khan. This show is embarrassing. This show is lifeless. And the fact that you go on social media every single week, Tony, and you say everything is great, you might as well just close your fucking Twitter down, close your Blue Sky down, because that's where all the AEW geeks have fucking migrated to, because they don't want to hear anything wrong with the show. Close your fucking threads down, close it all down, and get the fuck off social media. Nothing is great in this company. Nothing. There is no storyline in this company, even your top one with Jon Moxley. There's nothing in this company that is riveting, and there's nothing that's keeping people watching your show week to week. Until you fix everything that needs to be fixed, then you should not be allowed on social media to say anything is great, because it's a fucking slap in the face of every fucking paying fan and every paying customer that watches this show at home and gives you $50 every fucking month for a pay-per-view. You're doing nothing to build interest towards Full Gear. You've done nothing to build interest towards Wrestle Dream. You've done nothing to build interest towards Grand Slam and All Out. Give me a fucking break with this half-assed garbage. You should do better than that. The AEW that we all fell in love with is desperately in need to fucking be rebuilt from the ground up again. I don't know where the fuck it went.
I think the worst part about this huge slump that this company is in right now is the fact that this company was formed and started with a fan base like me, like you, like everyone else we're looking at in this chat right now. They came out catering to us. We were either people that were absolutely tired and done with WWE, or we were people who enjoyed indie-style wrestling and enjoyed another company to watch, on top of their WWE stuff. But the problem is, when they were doing great, they embraced us. They shouted us out. It was all great. It was cool. But then when the product goes south, And most of the fans stopped watching. And the ones that did keep watching, like us, we get called out and we get criticized and we get berated when we say things about the company that we don't like. The company that is losing ticket sales, the company that is losing ratings, the company that has less momentum than the developmental brand of WWE. So instead of making a stronger effort to fix, they go out on this rant where they hate anyone who talks shit about them. But how wrong can they be when nothing statistically is working out in your favor right now? I mean, why are you going after people who are actually still watching? Do they like it? No. And they say they don't like it. But instead of fixing it or just ignore us, you come after us. I don't understand that. How wrong can we be if nothing is working out in your favor right now?
You know what WWE used to do? I used to get surveys almost, I wouldn't say monthly, but quarterly. I would get surveys from WWE because I was signed up to whatever their mailing list was and whatever the case may be. And they would ask you what you liked and what you didn't like about the show, who you wanted to see on the show more, who you wanted to see less on the show. That's what AEW needs to do. They need to take a survey of what's going on here. I would be genuinely curious to see what everybody's problem is. The people that stopped watching, if they took this survey, what the reason is why they stopped watching the show. I guarantee you the majority of the people would say and blame Tony Khan and the fucking creative and the stories are not being driven enough to keep them engaged weekly to watch Dynamite. That's exactly what I think should be done. Like you said, they don't listen to anybody anymore. The only one that creative right now is booking for is Tony. This is a one-man show, and this is basically why I said Tony is Vince McMahon light, minus the sexual allegations. This is nothing more than Tony's vanity project. This is what he's doing for himself. Everything that you see weekly on Dynamite is not for us. He couldn't give a shit about us. At one point, he did. He loved what we had to say. Now he doesn't. Now he's booking for himself. Like Jesse said, he put at the bottom of that presser when Cody left the company, he fucking gave himself 6 different fucking hats to wear. And that's when the company started going downhill. This is a show that is built and booked for one man and one man only. He books segments that he wants to see and nobody else. He doesn't give a shit about them. And everybody in that locker room, I feel fucking sorry for them because there are people genuinely there that love this place and want to see it succeed. There are people there, believe it or not, and I believe this wholeheartedly, there are people there that don't give a fuck about this place and are just there to simply rob Tony blind of his fucking paycheck. I truly believe that, but there are people there that genuinely want to see this place succeed, and not one single soul can say anything because who are they going to go complain to? Who are they going to vent their frustrations to? This show is all about Tony. Tony's not a leader of the people. Tony's not a leader of that locker room. He couldn't give a fuck what they do or what they say. He puts on what he wants. He uses who he wants. He wakes up and uses this one and that one and this one and that one. That's what it boils down to. This place is in shambles. And it all starts with him. That's the problem.
Yeah. The messed up part is they don't need to send out a survey. They have a 24/7 survey out there all day, every day in social media. You can get on social media. You can pick your own platform. You can pick Twitter. You can pick Instagram. You can pick YouTube. And the people are out there giving you their opinions. Now, yes, I understand there is a lot of dicks throughout social media, but when you get through reading through and you weed through all of the dicks, there are the people who are telling you why they are unhappy. This is why we don't like. This is why we don't watch. This is messed up. And all you got to do is listen to it, read it, and adjust. I don't understand what the problem is. He built this company. Well, the company started with Cody in control with him, and then maybe it was Cody that was reading through the comments and booking the way that the fans wanted it booked, and maybe that's why it changed. I don't know. But every day in the palm of his hands, he has the ability to open up an app and read his fan base and find out exactly what it is that
Jesse, he does. Like. He does. You don't think that man has fucking 6 burner accounts? Of course he does.
I mean, so I don't know what to say, man. It's just a matter of he can't think it's going great. He knows it's not. He knows something needs to change, and it's just not. So I'm not too sure. Maybe he's trying too many different things at, in too short a time. If you want to try something, maybe you got to let it play out and keep riding it out and stop with these knee-jerk reaction bookings. Let's try this. That didn't work. Try something else. Let's try this. That didn't work. Let's try something else. My God, you stuck it out with Chris Jericho. I wish you would have knee-jerk reaction booked that bullshit, because this learning tree shit should have been yanked a long time ago. But here we are, still listening to it.
The learning tree is still on television after people vehemently have expressed their frustrations with the fact that this shit is fucking garbage every single week. But this man could not be bothered to book Wardlow in the height of his fucking career when he was as over as anybody on the roster. And he fucking dropped the ball tremendously on him to a point where if he comes back to television, he makes zero impact. Tony doesn't know how to build stars. Tony doesn't know how to book youthful talent. Tony doesn't know how to book fucking anything but 5-star bangers that are going to fucking make Dave Meltzer hard in the fucking jeans. That's all he gives a shit about. That's all he cares about. This show is absolutely fucking terrible. The last 3 months, it is terrible. And listen, Jesse and I praised going into All In. They did a tremendous job with the 4 matches that were the key matches on that show. They even did a very admirable job booking All In into All Out when they had 2 weeks of fucking build. They did a very good job of actually building 2 shows in the span of 6 weeks. They did, and I praised them for it. Since Grand Slam, since the build for Grand Slam, this show has been a fucking disaster. They should look at this show tonight and the reception to the show after them throwing out a graphic that Moxley was going to seize TBS Superstation. Look at the reactions on social media to everything that you caused tonight by giving us falsities and clickbait that he was going to do something monumental and something drastic and maybe take this storyline to an eventful level where we got some volatile brutality and an actual takeover for this storyline. We got nothing. And we continue to get nothing. And what's the point of the storyline? What is the point of the storyline if Jon Moxley is running amok in this company and he's calling this his company? Meanwhile, Tony Khan's DNA is all over this fucking show. How is this storyline working in the grand scheme of things if Moxley is trying to take over the company? How is anybody going to believe that when we all know TK is sitting with his fucking goofy glasses right behind that curtain booking this fucking show into the ground? Does anybody ask that question?
Moxley knows what he's doing. He never would have agreed to hype up this. He's gonna take over the TBS station bullshit, knowing what we were actually gonna get. There's no way he wouldn't have signed. This makes no sense. This is a man that left WWE, came to AEW, and sat down and basically told us everything that we were all thinking while he was being booked in the Shield and how he was being booked with Mitch the Plant and everything, all of them, and back shit. He gave us his thoughts on all of it and how silly it was. But now he would be on board with this hostile takeover. This is a hostile take. There's no way that he agreed to any of this shit. But he's just, like I said, the talent is doing the best with what they're given to work with.
We're going to get into all this tonight, and we're going to break this thing down and give you guys the good, which was very rare on this show, and the bad, which there was a lot of. So we're going to break it down, as always. We got 2,800 people in here on a Wednesday night. Thank you guys very much. And for the geek online who wanted to come into one of my tweets and say that all my criticisms of AEW are making me and Jesse lose our audience on Wednesday night, listen, brother, I don't know who the fuck you're watching, but you clearly are not watching us because we're the #1 fucking stream in the entire community. So much so that everybody in that locker room fucking hates what we do. So where are we losing viewers, Jesse? I don't see it.
We have more viewers than they had people in attendance. I am not one. I don't sit here and rate what my experience is based on the ratings or the attendance. If the show is shitty, it's shitty. If it's great, I don't care if there's 5 people there. I'm gonna call it great. But for someone to say we're losing our audience and there's more people here than are in attendance at the live shows, what the fuck is that guy smoking?
I don't know. Clearly it ain't hard enough, whatever it is that he's smoking. But thank you guys for the 2,800 in here, man. We're gonna get with the show in just a second. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Please do yourself a favor and go follow Jesse on X as well. Chi-Town Smark on X. And make sure you guys go subscribe to his YouTube channel. Link for his channel is down below in the description. All you got to do is click the name at the top. You'll see it, and it'll take you right to his YouTube channel. Go check out all the other content on my channel. Plenty of it. We were live on Monday for the Raw post show. Solid Monster and I had a great Tuesday Night Titans episode 72 last night. And then we're live tonight, and I even put out an extra for you guys today about Jon Moxley's exclusive interview with the New York Post, saying that AEW is now undergoing a hard reset. Where, when, how, why? I don't see it. I don't understand it. So we go over that today in the extra, so go check that out. And tonight, I'm going to need you guys to support Big Man. Super chats are open. It's the best way to support the show. Get them on in. We'll hang out at the end of the show and hit that thumbs up, man. Let's try for 1,000 likes. Right here on the AEW Dynamite post, we are already 550 likes in. So if we could get that extra 450, I would really appreciate it, man. And please, if you guys are listening on the YouTube and Twitch side of things, I would love if you guys leave a comment after the streams get published. Leave a comment down below in the comment section. Helps us out tremendously. Jesse, there's something that you want to make a regular thing on this show, man. I'll give you the floor.
That is correct. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to debut a new reoccurring segment here on the Wednesday night Dynamite Review. Now, too many people come to us and say, oh, you guys don't watch Collision. You guys don't watch Collision.
JJ doesn't watch Collision, man.
You don't watch Collision. I tell you right now, I'm watching it, and I'm doing live watch-alongs for it. And a lot of the times, most of the time, I think pretty much every time that I've been doing the live watch-alongs, I'll sit and I'll text this guy next to me because he is also sitting there and watching Collision as well. So just because we don't cover it per se in a review does not mean we're not watching. And my God, what a watch it is. But we'll get into it in a new segment that we will call the Collision Corner.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to even give you some theme music.
Oh, sweet.
This fucking guy with his glasses. Look at this fucking guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, this week on Collision Corner, we're going to talk about everything that happened from A to Z. We're going to get into the hype. We're going to get into everything that is Collision. Everything you need to know going forward. We're going to start off with Beast Mortos was in action. Beast Mortos was in action. He got his ass kicked. He got beat by Roderick Strong. There were some other matches. There was a Julia Hart vignette tonight, or on that night. Not the one that we saw tonight. This was a different one, actually. It was actually a different one. This one tonight was more like a prequel than the one we saw on Saturday. So if you didn't see it, I would go watch Collision. Go watch the Julia Hart promo that they did, and that will conclude this week's Collision Corner.
Oh my God, man. I got fucking seagulls in the goddamn venue, man. Look at what you did.
Woo! Bruh.
You step away for 3 seconds, man. I got fucking seagulls flying in the back. They're fucking picking the garbage out of the dumpster, man. What's wrong with you?
Man, I'm sorry, man. They came for the Collision Corner action, man. They couldn't resist.
Collision is terrible television. The one thing about Collision that we actually enjoyed was Julia Hart's vignette, man. We love Julia Hart.
That vignette, the vignette they showed on Saturday was awesome. And it was weird because the one they showed tonight, I thought it would be a continuation, but it kind of felt like a little prequel. Like they gave us the part 2 on Saturday and part 1 tonight. But both of them were fantastic.
And that Beast Mortos, man, he is must-see television, man. Those ratings are in the tens of hundreds every week, right?
Bro, the Mortos. I mean, when do we get Beast Mortos versus MJF?
Please.
When?
I'm sure MJF is foaming at the mouth over that one.
And speaking of, has MJF changed his goddamn outfit over the last 3 weeks or so?
Bro, come on.
I'm just living in kayfabe land. And what I see is MJF wearing the same damn clothes that he's been wearing for weeks on end.
It doesn't matter what he's wearing, man. All I know is that every time he's sitting down, he's got a brand new glass of red wine, man. So he obviously has good taste.
I guess so, man. I guess so.
Hangman Page, our favorite, man. Good old hanger. And Christian Cage, another one of our favorites, man.
Yeah.
I may actually, I am pretty certain I'm going to be investing in one of his planks, total plank, whatever he's got going on. I'm going to buy myself one.
What's a plank?
He's got a device where it helps with the core in exercise.
Oh,
Plank.
Where is he shilling that? I've never seen that.
Instagram. Let's go to their Instagram.
Oh, I don't do Instagram.
Of course you don't. I don't blame you.
Well, I have it. I just don't frequent it. I've been away from social media, and I've been happy.
Good.
I've been happy.
Stay away. I should do the same thing. This tag team match opened the show. Hangman and Christian Cage versus Switchblade, Jay White and Juice Robinson. This was very good. Very good. Very good tag team match. Switchblade and Juice, obviously you guys know what type of work they put in. I mean, they are probably a part of one of the greatest matches in company history with FTR, when Collision was actually a watchable program, man. Remember those days?
Man.
Yeah, nobody remembers that.
And Juice is awesome, man.
Juice is great.
I think Juice got one of the best reactions of the night, didn't he?
Well, of course, he's Juice Robinson. He's rock hard.
Juice is fucking awesome, man.
So this was a very good tag team match, and you kind of had the feeling where this was going. You know, I don't want to sully Juice's aura or anything, but obviously looking at this, you kind of guessed that he was maybe taking the pinfall here. Hangman can't lose. Christian certainly can't lose or won't lose. Jay White can't lose. So it was almost as if you kind of knew what was going on going into this match. Regardless, it was still a very, very good tag team match. Evenly paced right from the start. Cage made a blind tag. Page got the upper hand, or Page had the upper hand. Cage immediately comes in, and he eats a hard shot at the buckle, allowing Juice to tag in. And he comes off, he fires some jabs at Page, and this allowed Cage to come on in and hit a neck breaker. Robinson sent to the outside. Nick Wayne got a shot with the referee distracted. Back inside, Robinson had some corner strikes. He was continuously doing what he did there. And then all of a sudden, we see Nick Wayne on the outside, but Hook grabs him over the barricade and pulled Wayne over the railing as they brawled into the back with Christian Cage looking on confused. This allowed Juice to hit a neck breaker of his own out on the floor. By the way, this entire match was commercial free. Robinson made the hot tag, who fired off a series of chops to Jay White, rather. White comes in, series of chops, punches, tried for a back suplex. Page floated over onto his bad knee, and this allowed a dragon screw by Jay White, and he spiked Page with a DDT. He tried the same thing on Christian Cage, who countered into a kill switch, which Jay White spun out of into a DDT, which looked really, really good. So then he does a front chancery throw on Page, does White, as Juice, he is now up in the ring. He charges and hits a cannonball on Page. Knee breaker, brain buster from White to Page as Robinson got a near fall. Christian then pulled Robinson outside, and he ate a right hand of God for his troubles. Page then absolutely waffles White with a springboard lariat, as Robinson, who was crouched in the corner, hit an avalanche fall-away slam on Juice, did Hanger. White cut off a buckshot with a flatliner. Cage was there wanting a kill switch. We got another right hand of God from Juice, or left hand of God, I should say, from Juice. Page was dropped with a sleeper suplex. Blade Runner on the barricade on Christian, which looked great, as Robinson fired off jabs to Page. He looked for Juice's loose, but Robinson rolled through into a pinfall. Mother Wayne jumped onto the apron to distract the referee. There was a pinfall, but it was certainly too late. Kip Sabian, he waffled Juice in the face with the title contract case that he's been carrying around for Christian, allowing Paige to the dead eye, and that was enough for the victory. And commentary called it out that it took 4 people to defeat both Jay White and Juice Robinson on Dynamite in the opening tag team match. This was very good. I'm excited to see where they go with Hangman Page. I think he deserves a lot more than what they're giving him, but you can't complain that he's in a feud with one of the best wrestlers in the entire company. I don't know if both guys will be in the Continental Classic. I would certainly put them in the Continental Classic coming up in a couple of weeks. And Christian, we don't know what he's doing with that contract. I can't see him cashing in while Moxley is champion, Jesse, so we may be looking at Christian holding on to that contract for the duration of this year going into next year.
Yeah, he'll be holding it for quite some time, unless it's is it a world title only or any title that
he's going after the world title.
Okay,
yeah,
just want to make that clear. Yeah, it's I can't see him cashing in on Moxley at all.
No.
And I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't like this dynamic of Hangman versus Christian Cage at all. I just feel like there's 2 heels going at it right there.
No, but Juice is a babyface, and Jay White's a babyface.
And they never even explained that, to be honest.
No, they just came back. They just came back and heard the reaction, and then internally switched them from heel to babyface. That's what they did.
Yeah. There's just I don't like storylines that do that. I don't like the lack of continuity there. If I'm watching a show and you're a heel, and then the next show you're babyface, and I'm just supposed to just go with it, to me, that's the epitome of lazy booking. All right? That makes 0 sense. It's like if MJF came back on the next show and it's all of a sudden it's just back to babyface, and it doesn't need an explanation. I think every face or heel turn needs a reason, and it needs an explanation. And if I'm sitting here saying, how did we get here? Why is this here? Why is this person heel? Why is this person babyface? Then it wasn't explained correctly or at all. And so I'm sure I just got to get behind it that that Juice and Jay are babyfaces now, until they're not again. It's not like they're tweeners. No, Hangman can pass as a tweener. But these guys were just straight up heels, along with the Gun Club. By the way, where are the Gun Club?
Tony forgot about them.
Okay. I didn't know if someone was hurt and I missed it. How come they're not a part of this crew? Are they baby faces now?
Where are they in the tag team division?
Yeah, I don't know. I really hate. It's really bothering me that Stat is a baby face now when she didn't get a good run as a heel.
To be fair, I think one of them is injured.
One of them is in. Okay.
Yeah.
She didn't get a good heel run or an explanation as to why she's babyface. It's just happening too often, too quickly, and without reason, and it just leaves a sour taste in my mouth. When you want me to get invested in your storylines. You want me to sit here and kayfabe what you're feeding me, but it makes no sense. It makes no sense, man. I want to believe. I want to follow and I want to get into it. But when you just abruptly just do things like that, it kind of just takes the piss out of what you're trying to accomplish here, man.
Well, that's why people are not watching the show weekly. Exactly what you described. They feel stupid. They feel like their intelligence is insulted.
Yeah.
Why people are not watching. Why people are not watching could be attributed to Miss Monet. Renee is outside Mercedes Monet's locker room and asked about her match at Full Gear with Chris Statlander. Monet scolded Renee for even asking the question about Chris Statlander and the match at Full Gear before she gets her catchphrase in. CEO. How do you spell CEO, Jesse? Failure.
Monet.
Failure.
Yeah.
This entire fucking thing is a flop. Monet also scolded Camille for dropping her $20,000 jacket and told her to go into the locker room and put it away. She said last week happened because Camille can't drive. And as she left, Statlander appeared in the background. Monet saw her and called for her bodyguard, Camille, but Camille was instead chucked into a wall. Statlander and Monet brawled briefly. Monet was on Statlander's back, and then all of a sudden, Statlander tackled Camille through a cardboard sheetrock wall, which we've seen before, and they all crashed through the wall, and then Jesse, like a fucking comedy show. This was comically fucking bad. As soon as you see a visual of all three of them laying on the ground, they immediately cut to a graphic of the match as if that was the big selling point. Please be interested in this dead, lifeless match, this dead feud with no story. Please be interested in our match at Full Gear, man. What a fucking clown show this was.
So why all of a sudden is Mercedes shitting on Camille? Why is Mercedes all of a sudden MJF and Camille is Wardlow here? I mean, it feel like it just came out of nowhere. It's because when she lost a match, was that it? Because it's all out of the blue. There's like, it looks like they're trying to prep Camille for a babyface run. And spoiler alert, that is going to fail miserably.
Bro, they couldn't even be bothered to book Camille as a strong, fucking just absolute savage beast as a bodyguard, man. She looks like fucking Doink the Clown out there. She looks like Doink and Dink out there. That's how bad she is.
Yeah, they're already shitting on her. And she didn't really get a chance to establish herself as a legitimate heater. I mean, she was just there. And if the treatment of Wardlow is any, foreshadowing of what's going to happen to Camille, this is not going to end well. They did this exact same thing with Wardlow. He was MJF's heavy. MJF started shitting on him. They turned Wardlow babyface, and then Wardlow was in catering. I think he's still in catering. Where the fuck is Wardlow?
Who cares at this point?
I heard they're getting ready to bring him back.
I don't even want him back there. I don't.
Nope. It gets better. I heard they're getting ready to bring him back under a most unlikely reunion.
I would not be surprised if they pair Wardlow and MJF up. I would not be surprised. That's how fucking lame this creative team and this creative direction really is.
So
Camille is buried. I hate using the word because it's so fucking overused and oversaturated in the IWC, but Camille is buried. Let's be honest. This woman couldn't even last 3 months as Mercedes' bodyguard, and they're already treating her as if she's the Marty Jannetty of this fucking tandem that was never supposed to be a forever thing. But holy shit, you bring in someone with the sheer size and mass and believability of a Camille, and you make her look like fucking a complete jobber out there. Like, this is Tony Khan's AEW, folks. If you need something that's staring you right in the face about what is fucking wrong about this company, how do you bring in someone who is the longest reigning women's NWA women's champion of all time, and you bring her on into this company to be paired with the biggest star in women's wrestling, used to be, and now this is how she's treated, and this is how she comes off. Jesse, I got to ask you a very, very, very serious question. When Mercedes and Camille split, and Camille goes on her own, man, how likely is it that she will succeed?
She will. I promise you she will not. I guarantee it. She will not. It feels like they're trying to set her up for a babyface run or a babyface turn on Mercedes, hoping that the heat from Mercedes will give her that push into babyface land, and it is not going to work. Because first off, Mercedes is not as over as they think. They're just tired of this gimmick, so she has no real heat right now as far as being a heel. They did not build up Camille enough, and when they try to do that turn, it's going to fail because no one gives a shit about Camille, man.
Camille will be demoted to Collision and possibly Rampage. I think that show's getting canceled. Good riddance. Collision it is. She'll probably be paired with Deonna Purrazzo and Taya Valkyrie in the lower doldrums of fucking Collision, never to be seen or heard from again, with no interest from any wrestling fan at all outside the fat slob that watches this show on a weekly basis. It is fucking sad for Camille. And the fact that they're using her in this way, Jesse, the way that it comes off to me is we all know that Mercedes and her act is a flop in AEW, but she will never admit that as the failure. Mercedes is never going to admit that she's failing here in AEW, and Tony's never going to admit that Mercedes is failing either, and nobody around her will admit that she's failing either. The thing is, they need someone to blame here, and sadly, they're pointing the finger of blame at Camille. What needs to change about Mercedes? Not looking at her fucking terrible character and her awful theme music and everything else that she does that's not fucking clicking with his audience. Yeah, let's take Camille away from her. Yeah, that's the problem with Mercedes, man. It's Camille's fault. Are you fucking serious? Look yourself in the fucking mirror, man. What's wrong with Mercedes' act? It's Mercedes. It ain't working. Go back to what made you fucking special and what you did in WWE. This CEO shit is garbage. It's flopped, it's failed, and it doesn't work. Move on. But nobody will admit that, so I'm here to tell you what the fuck is wrong. She's the fucking problem. It ain't fucking Camille.
You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna spin Camille loose as a baby face, and they're gonna replace Camille for Mercedes with Megan Bayne. And then she's gonna fail.
Bro, if they pair Megan Bayne up with fucking Mercedes, man, that's already a fucking crit blunder. Megan Bayne doesn't need a fucking need to be a bodyguard. Have you seen Megan Bayne wrestle?
She's a fucking killer.
Megan Bayne does not deserve to be second fiddle to fucking... She deserves to be beating Mercedes. Never mind fucking a bodyguard to Mercedes. But listen, man, I could see it. I could see them doing it.
That's what they're gonna do. It's fucking sad, man. I don't know why look, if you guys don't know who Megan Bayne is, she's fucking great.
She's the House of Glory Women's Champion, by the way.
House of Glory Women's Champion. She's fantastic. And there are rumors floating around that she is close to sign or gonna be signed or have some kind of deal in works to come over to AEW.
Oh, you mean to tell me that WWE didn't ID her yet?
Not yet, or I think TK got his claws in first. But I think she'll be a welcome addition. I really would. She should be a welcomed addition. The problem is she's gonna quickly fall into the same sand trap that all of the other women are in and just fade into obscurity. I don't understand why I'm not seeing Deonna Purrazzo on my television every goddamn Wednesday night. Can someone please explain that shit to me?
Do you even want her on this show, man, with the way with the way this show's being booked? I mean, we could sit here and fucking rant till we're blue in the face who we want to see on this show. Does it matter how they make it to the show? I mean, it's all about what they're given. Look at the people that are on this show and what they're given. You want to have that happen to Deonna and everybody else.
I'm just hoping that they can cause a spark somewhere, some kind of interest somewhere, or something. I mean, look, I'm glad that they brought in Deonna Purrazzo. They put her on Wednesday nights for like a week or two, and she's just stuck on Collision. All right. And then we get Ember Moon. I'm gonna call her fucking Ember Moon because Ember Moon was actually fucking entertaining. Who? Exactly. I mean, why is she stuck on ROH? She's still injured?
No.
I don't understand this shit. I just don't understand this shit, man. Why? Britt Baker came out looking like a fucking hostage. She came out looking like she was forced to be there to fill a date. She won her match and she looks like she's buried. How?
Britt, I didn't say it. He did.
I'm saying it. I'm sorry. How?
I already said that weeks ago, man. It's just blatantly obvious now.
I mean, what in the actual fuck is going on?
Well, I mean, Jesse, it's so fucking difficult to smile when they give her fucking Penelope Ford out there, man. After everybody raved about how good Penelope looked, man, let's throw her out there to lose, only to then sell us on a Britt Baker and Serena Deeb feud.
Serena Deeb.
Did
Serena's on TV.
Listen, did you guys see what Britt mouthed off on camera away from the fucking live mic? She mouthed off and I word for word quote, "Nobody cares. Nobody cares." Exactly. Nobody fucking cares. Nobody cares.
But is she wrong?
No.
Is she wrong? Penelope Ford had more momentum than Britt Baker did coming into this match.
She did.
She actually did. I'm not even exaggerating. And which made me start to wonder if Penelope was going to actually win this match tonight. She didn't. Britt won. I legitimately don't know why. There is nothing going on.
Now that you mention it, everybody's like, "Oh, Penelope," and Penelope's not bad. I mean, obviously you see that there's something there. She's not the worst that we've seen. She's actually pretty enjoyable to watch. And I was actually surprised because, you know, you look at the graphic and Britt Baker's on the graphic and she's wrestling Penelope Ford, and you start to ask yourself, well, why is Britt Baker here all of a sudden after taking several weeks off? She's back.
Yeah.
She takes several weeks off and now she's back again. Like, what the fuck are we doing? So instead, and this goes to the creative team, nobody fucking thinks, instead of using Britt in a way to actually propel Penelope Ford for a big win, if that's what you want to do, how about Serena Deeb come out and cost Britt Baker the match and then begin a feud? What the fuck did they do at the end of the match that got you interested in a feud? Oh my God, Serena Deeb is here. She's waving the Deeb flag. I can't wait to watch it.
My God. Ford gets an unexpected win. They kick off a new feud. That's a phenomenal idea. You could help run creative.
Oh my God, this show sucks. Oh God, this show is awful. I don't know what to tell you. Listen, we only do our job here, man. We're only calling out the good, the bad. We're reviewing the show, man. I'm sure I'll be fucking clipped out of context for all of Thursday, but I have to throw the warning up, guys. There you go, man. The following live stream will contain my personal opinion as well as many wrestling fan opinions given on social media. May contain facts that will hurt the stupid AEW fan base in the community. Don't like it? Don't watch. Viewer discretion is advised, man. Make sure you guys don't clip Jesse and I out of context, please.
Please.
Ridiculous.
Please. I love Britt. You guys know
Hi,
I
Britt.
love Britt, but
Hi,
I'm
Britt.
going to continue to call it like I fucking see it.
Hi, Britt.
I don't know what's going on. She
hi-
lost her pyro. No pyro.
Hi, Brett. Hope you're well, honestly.
Hope you're doing well.
Yeah.
You don't look like you are enjoying this. And I'm not enjoying that. You're not enjoying it. Britt.
Nope.
It's
What'd you
There
say?
is
It's
something missing.
almost like she's fucking handcuffed and shackled, and they're sending her out to the fucking gallows. It's like they're sending her to the gulag to fucking to stand 1-on-1, man, 1v1 to get back into
Yeah.
Warzone.
It looked like they got her parents held hostage, and she has to go out there and do this match if she ever wants to see them again. I don't understand it. They took her pyro. The fans, you had to struggle to hear a few fans say D.M.D. to follow her gimmick and everything else and her trademark shit. They just don't care anymore. And can you blame them? We haven't seen her in weeks with no real explanation as to why she's not there. Then she just pops up here tonight, comes out, no pyro, and she just has this. She's coming out with lose face on. She does not want to be there. She knows she's gonna lose. She looks like she planned on losing this match.
She's got the facial expression that you could read all over her face. She's like, when the fuck is my contract up so I can quick dial Paul Levesque and see if there's an opening on Friday nights for me, please, somewhere.
Yeah, I can see her hanging out with Ricky Starks right now in the back. I don't know if she even wants to be there anymore. I don't know how the relationship is going with Adam Cole. I know Adam Cole said that they're still the best of friends. I don't know if that relationship is still bugging her. I don't know if Tony Khan has lost faith in her. I don't know if her and Jamie Hayter are just not on the same page and hate each other. I don't know what is going on as to why she looks the way that she looks, but she just looks like she's not happy in this company anymore.
Britt would do great in NXT. I agree.
Britt does not need NXT.
She doesn't need NXT, but she'd do great in NXT. I could see Britt already fucking clamoring for a Charlotte Flair and D.M.D. feud. Imagine we get, woo, a D.M.D. in the crowd. I mean, listen, man, she's probably already thinking it. She already has dreams of that happening, man. She's fucking absolutely miserable here. You could see it all over her face.
You can see it. Speaking of, I saw that that WWE made Charlotte a new title.
Yeah, the United States title, yeah.
That's awesome. When is Charlotte getting that one?
I don't know. I think she's contractually obligated, even after 10 months out with injury, that she's the number one contender, yeah.
When is she coming back? Is she coming back before
Probably
or after
the Royal Rumble.
The Rumble? Okay.
Yeah. I don't see why they would bring her back now. I mean, she doesn't really fit into anything.
I don't know why she's still out. I mean, her husband's on
Good.
TV. I mean, what is she doing?
She's rehabilitating.
I thought she was done.
She's prolonging the agony. That's what she's doing.
Was there more surgery?
No.
Okay.
No. Will Osprey.
There we go.
Will Osprey and Kyle Fletcher. This was actually a highlight of the show. I thought this was really great stuff. Tony Schiavone's in the ring, welcomes Osprey to the ring. Huge reaction he got with the hundreds of people in attendance. Osprey said there are a lot of questions he needs answers to, and politely he asked Tony to leave. Good, get out of here. As he wants to talk to Kyle Fletcher, so he asked Kyle Fletcher to come on out. So Don Callis is not out there with him, came out by himself. But he brought up how Osprey opted to stay home and lick his wounds a few weeks ago when Fletcher called him out. If he lays a finger on Fletcher, the family will make sure he's out longer than 3 weeks. Osprey says he's been in those family meetings and knows Fletcher isn't alone. So get whatever else you got planned. As Fletcher pulls out the screwdriver and tossed it to Osprey, and he threw it from the ring. Osprey brought up Fletcher living in his home during the pandemic and joining the United Empire with Mark Davis. Fletcher knows Osprey better than anyone. He knows where he lives. He knows where he works out. He even went with Osprey to go pick up his son from school. Fletcher said Osprey wants to take credit for someone else's success, while Don Callis opened his eyes to the truth as Osprey did all these things for himself like always. Fletcher isn't a Will Osprey clone and called Osprey selfish and a hypocrite, doing exactly what Osprey would have done in his position. Osprey told Fletcher to pick a lane. Either he's nothing like him or he's an Osprey clone. Sure, he stabbed Okada and Kenny Omega in the back, but before that, he was a 3-time junior heavyweight champ, 2-time Best of Super Juniors winner. What has Fletcher done that's not Aussie Open related? He's done nothing on his own. And Jesse, he mentioned that he was the Ring of Honor TV champion, and that title, everybody knows, Osprey says, means nothing. Did you hear that one?
No, but that's really bad.
He said the TV title means absolutely nothing.
Fuck me, man.
It's great.
Why? Who put that in there?
Fletcher said it's
never demean one of your titles. Those titles, all of them, every title in pro wrestling, all of them, every last single title in pro wrestling are all worthless. The only value that they hold is the value that you give them to your fans. So if you tell the fans that it's worthless, then that's exactly what it is.
Oh my goodness, man. I don't believe these people, man. Who the fuck is running this place? And why would you want anybody to watch Ring of Honor after one of your top guys, the top guy in the company said, yeah, that title's shit, man. Don't watch that show.
That is so bad. When Alundra Blaze threw that title in the trash and WWE made it a big deal and got all upset about it, that's how you're supposed to react. That's great. They could have just said, that's just a fucking women's title. Who gives a shit? No, they got pissed. And that gave the title value. The fact that you were upset about it. The fact that these wrestlers go out there and fight their asses off to win that title gives it value. You turn around and say it's trash, that's exactly what it is now.
It's exactly what it is. It's exactly what it has been. I don't give a fuck if they're running Hammerstein Ballroom or not, man. Nobody gives a shit about Ring of Honor. Fletcher said it's about what he's going to do. He wants a match with Osprey at Full Gear. Great. We all knew that this is where it was going. Osprey said this is what it's all about. His 5 minutes of fame. Since Osprey has been here, there's been 4 world champions, and none of them can hold a candle to what he can do. I wouldn't have even thrown that line in there. You're actively burying 4 world champions. I get he's cocky, and I get everybody knows Will Ospreay's probably the best pro wrestler on the planet, but don't really say that and then kind of bury all of your AEW world champions in the same breath. Come on. It's ridiculous. Osprey accepts the match and brings up watching Fletcher shave his head with his 6-year-old boy by his side. His hand was numb from the Tiger Driver he suffered and promised to be the one to take it all away from Fletcher at Full Gear. Fletcher said if Osprey thought it was bad before, it will be nothing compared to Full Gear. Brian Cage and Lance Archer come to the ring to crickets. Osprey laughed and said he's got some backup as well. Mark Davis and Powerhouse Hobbs come on in to back up Osprey. No Ricochet, by the way, who was out there last week, not there this week. And they brawled. And Davis and Fletcher had a stare down. There was a brief moment where they had the stare down. Osprey took flight to Fletcher and hit a dive. Everyone but Archer brawled away. Roddy's music hits, and he charged out with a kendo stick, and they fought to the back as we were getting the next match immediately beginning, because we went from that to Roddy and Lance Archer, who is just another match for Roddy to potentially win to go get MJF at Full Gear. I'll stop there before we get to the Roddy and Lance Archer match. I thought this promo was really good stuff. I thought Osprey was fantastic. I thought Kyle Fletcher held his own. And I'm thinking, watching this, it's like, what? Everybody's probably thinking, Will Ospreay's going to win this thing. I don't think so. I think Will Ospreay is fucking bulletproof at this point. And everybody knows he's going to be the flag bearer for this company, more than likely in 2025 at some point. I would not be surprised if Will Ospreay says, I want to put my friend over, and he gives Kyle Fletcher the fucking rub at Full Gear, and Fletcher wins clean in a great match. I think that's where they're going.
Fletcher needs to win.
Yeah.
He absolutely needs to win. If they want us to give a shit about Fletcher going forward, he needs to win. This is a big match for him. He doesn't need to win clean. It'd be great if he did, but it would make sense if he did not. Because he wants to win by any means, and then it gives him a reason to also continue the feud. But he needs to win, because a win for a Kyle Fletcher, a gimmick of his caliber right now, over Will Ospreay in any fashion at all is going to be great for his new gimmick right now. So if Fletcher loses, it is going to be a hard sell to get us to believe that he's a big deal going forward. Like you just said, Ospreay's bulletproof. He could take this L and continue to be bulletproof. So it'd be just fine. They'll put on a fucking potential 5-star banger, and that's all we would expect from that. But I do think it's important that Kyle Fletcher wins this match.
He should, and I'm expecting him to. That is easy creative, AEW team out there, whoever you are. It is easy creative. It's not something that should be thought about for weeks on end to come to a conclusion. I'm telling you exactly what needs to be done. Jesse's telling you exactly what needs to be done. It's easy. Kyle Fletcher gets the victory clean over Will Ospreay. So we go right into the next match. Roddy and Timu Drew McIntyre. Lance Archer. They had a false count anywhere match here, and Roddy is right now looking at 2 wins. He wins one more. He gets MJF at Full Gear. Now,
I thought he had 3 already.
We'll get to that in a second.
Oh, wait, no, this way he had 2 coming in.
But we'll get to the flip-flopping of the rules in just a little bit. This match was a lot quicker than I thought it would be, being a false count anywhere with fucking Lance Archer, who is being built up as this dominating presence in the Don Callis family. Roddy took care of him pretty quickly. It was a commercial break right at the start. He goes through a table, does Roddy. He was slammed through a table by Lance Archer. We come back from the break. Strong is in control. Brian Cage, who is also a part of the Don Callis family with no explanation, by the way, showed up again. He wanted a chokeslam powerbomb with Archer, but Matt Taven and Mike Bennett showed up to make the save. The Kingdom showed up to make the save. Bennett and Cage brawled away as Archer and Taven are going at it, and Archer took care of him with a big boot. Both stood on top of the guardrail, chokeslamming Taven onto 2 security guards who came out to stop this. So all 3 guys go down. Archer wanted to do the same with Roddy, who crotched Archer and hit forearms before a chair was tossed into his face. Strong leapt over the barricade with a jumping knee and got a very quick 1-2-3 on Timu Drew McIntyre. Here for a 1-2-3. He now advances to Full Gear for MJF at the pay-per-view. We saw MJF watching from his home, smiling as Roddy took the mic in the ring and screamed, "Max! Max!" Screamed that at Full Gear, this all ends and he'll finish his ass. Konosuke Takeshita appeared from behind and continued to beat down Roddy until Adam Cole charged out, and they brawled until a referee ran out to the ring and started their match. So we go from Kyle Fletcher and Will Ospreay ending that segment to Lance Archer, Brian Cage, and Roddy brawling, and then we get the same thing happening going into the Takeshita and Adam Cole match. So I don't know what it is with all this chaos. I don't
No
really
time to breathe.
No, zero time to breathe here. It's like, I mean, it's like all 3 of these segments just went right into another. I mean, how are you supposed to sit and just say, all right, man, let me get ready for the next segment. Let me decompress from the next segment and worry about what's coming up next. No, they just booked this entire show into one huge, never-ending segment. How is that good television?
It's you don't have time to digest anything. Before you're done chewing, someone's already feeding you the next course.
Yeah.
I mean, take a second. Explain to us what happened. Explain to us what the ramifications could be. Explain to us what could happen before you just jump into it. If it's time constraints, then you're booking too many matches. I mean, but you just can't keep feeding us match, and everyone cares. No one's going to care because it feels like you don't care.
Jay Melvin in the chat says, 90 seconds!
Yeah, 90 seconds.
Hey, where was that guy?
Man, they shut him up this week. Did you mute your mic, you motherfucker?
Oh, man, this show is so bad. We got Konosuke Takeshita. By the way, I'll get into what I have to say about this fucking terrible stipulation in a little bit after this match. I mean, Roddy and Lance Archer. I mean, is Lance Archer ever going to be treated like a fucking dominating force ever again? Probably not. I mean, he's a fucking loser, man. Let's be honest. What a sad state of affairs it is for Lance Archer. Not to take anything away from Roddy, but, I mean, give me a fucking break, man. I mean, this guy joins the Don Callis family. He's in these squash matches weekly with Brian Cage to come off like this dominating guy. And then he loses in a fucking Falls Count Anywhere match where there's no rules. A guy like that whose catchphrase is, everybody dies.
Everybody dies.
And he loses to Roddy in 6 minutes.
Should have killed him.
What are we doing here? I would have rather seen Beast Mortos out there.
Oh, we'll get to that.
Anyway, we got Konosuke Takeshita, who, by the way, Shivani butchered his name before he brought out Will Osprey earlier. Konosuke.
The guy's been there for years.
Konosuke Takeshita and Adam Cole Bay. Now, this is so bad. This is so laughable. It's literally a comedy show. Tony, he booked the show, like Jesse and I said, to be a never-ending segment. All that we just talked about, the Osprey Fletcher promo, the Roddy match with Lance Archer, and now this Takeshita match versus Adam Cole. It was one never-ending segment. So Tony okayed this and gave the green light for all this to be on the show tonight. And Adam Cole gets out there. He's brawling with Takeshita, and his theme music never stops. He's brawling with Takeshita. The bell rings, by the way. He's wrestling Takeshita in the ring, and his theme music is still playing. So he takes care of Takeshita. He throws him to the outside, all for him to do the money shot, boom, and then he gets in the ring. He does his thing, Adam Cole, baby, in the ring, and then the music stops. Was there a need for the music to continue playing like that? Like, why was that necessary?
It was so awkward. Like, I couldn't figure out why it was being done. And then at the end, it was just so that Adam Cole can hit his cues. I mean, that made no sense. It made the whole thing come off like a little bit weird and awkward. But it looked like, yeah, they literally just did it so he can hit his cues, and that was why.
It's almost as if, yes. I mean, some people are like, he's the new Jack. He's Sandman. I mean, I don't. No, Adam Cole is not New Jack, and Adam Cole doesn't need his theme music to play and him to do boom and Adam Cole baby to get over. The old Adam Cole didn't need those fucking smoke and mirror antics. Like, I get that there's really no interest in the show, but for you to manufacture interest to, oh my God, look, his music's playing. Look how cool, man. It's like the Renegade Company, man. They're doing things that are breaking the fourth wall here, man. We don't see this on the other show. It's fucking cringy. It was very, what's a good word for it? It was very, like you said, awkward. Like,
it was just awkward and weird. Like, it's just, like, why is it still? It felt like a production whiff. It felt like production fucking botched and forgot to turn the music off.
So we did all his usual spiel. Cole wanted Panama Sunrise when the music stopped. Takeshita took him out with a big elbow strike midair. We go to a commercial break. Cole hits a neck breaker, or the Yushi Goroshi. Excalibur doesn't even call it that anymore. Where's Moro when we need him? He'll be calling Paul and Tyson on Friday. I will be watching that.
Is he? Oh, I'm gonna live stream that shit.
Yeah, he's calling. Yeah, he just joined the commentary team. Yeah,
nice. Oh, I'm doing a watch.
I'm very excited about that. To be honest with you, I think Tyson's gonna fuck him up the floor with him.
I hope so. I hope so. I do not like.
Man, I don't know how old Mike Tyson is, man, but I don't give a fuck how old he is, man. I do not want to be in the ring with Mike Tyson, man.
Did you see his training video?
Yes, I watched them today.
Fuck that. I'm not getting in that ring, man.
Fucking ridiculous, man. Anyway, Cole with the Yushi Goroshi, followed up with a super kick. He tried for a super kick, but Takeshita, he turned it into a Blue Thunder Bomb. Referee checked on Cole, who got into a forearm battle with Takeshita. Cole came back with a pump kick in Zaguri. He tried to lower the boom, but Takeshita ducked and hit a rolling elbow. Takeshita went for a brainbuster. Cole quickly countered into one on the knee for a close 2 count. So Cole goes for Panama Sunrise again. He wanted it again. Takeshita countered, swung Cole around into a huge Michinoku driver. Power German, massive lariat that turned Cole inside out, but kicked out at a 2. Takeshita missed the big knee, leapt for a big clothesline, but Cole hit a super kick midair, followed by finally hitting the Panama Sunrise. He then dropped the knee pad. He wanted the boom, but Takeshita rolled to the outside. So he goes underneath the ring, and Takeshita, I guess this was placed there earlier by somebody, I'm assuming. All of a sudden, he goes underneath the ring, and he grabs the Dynamite diamond ring that was conveniently hidden underneath the ring. So Adam Cole is being held back by the referee. He shoves the referee out of the way. He leans through the ropes to grab Takeshita to bring him back into the ring, and then he's met with a fist full of Dynamite diamond ring. He knocked him out. Takeshita gets back in the ring, makes the cover 1, 2, 3, and Takeshita beats Adam Cole in this pivotal third match that he needed to win to get MJF at Full Gear. Now, Takeshita lost last week and took the pinfall to Ricochet in a big tag team match with Will Hobbs and Kyle Fletcher. So there was no way that Takeshita was losing 2 straight weeks as international champion. So I think we all assumed that Takeshita was going to win here. But that's not the problem. That is not the problem. Last week, Jesse, Tony Khan supposedly told Adam Cole. Adam Cole says Tony Khan gave him the okay that if he wins 3 matches, no matter what, it doesn't need to be whoever gets to 3 first. It's whoever gets to 3 wins. If they get to 3 wins, they both get MJF. MJF's original stipulation for this feud with the beautiful Natalya while he was getting a back massage, he said the first man to 3 wins gets MJF at Full Gear. I'm like, all right. And then he even laughed it off and said, ha ha, look at me doing the same act as my opponents need to jump through hoops to get to me at the pay-per-view. He even made a fucking shoot out of the stipulation, which is a common thing for MJF to put his opponents through. So that was that. Adam Cole wrestled Malachi Black last week, and at the end of the match, he says he spoke to Tony Khan, and it doesn't matter who gets to 3 wins first. We're both going to get to 3 wins, and it's whoever gets to 3 wins. If we both get to 3 wins, then we both get MJF at the pay-per-view. So this week, Roddy beats Timu, Drew McIntyre. He gets the 3 wins. And then Adam Cole lost to Takeshita. So Adam Cole is 2-1, and Roddy's now 3-0. So they announced tonight that it will be Roddy versus MJF at the pay-per-view, and no Adam Cole. But right. I thought last week that Adam Cole said it doesn't matter who gets the 3 wins first. We're both going to get 3 wins, and then we're both going to get MJF at the pay-per-view. What happened from week 3 weeks ago to now? We got 2 different sets of rules in 3 weeks here. What the fuck are we doing, and what are the rules?
So even as you explain it right here, right now, I took it as, it's first. Okay, so it started off first with 3 wins, but then it said if they both get 3 wins, they get in. But Adam Cole lost 1. I took it as you can't get the match being 3-1. I mean, I took it as if they're both 2-0, then they both get their 3rd match. So if they both win their 3rd match and they both go 3-0, then it doesn't matter who's the first to get to 3 wins. But if you lose a match, you're not 3-0. You don't get to get. You can't get in at 3-1.
But they didn't explain it that way.
Yeah, no, they didn't. That's just how I took it right now, as you just explained.
Well, I mean, why was it so difficult for them to say that when you just said it right now? Like, they didn't explain it that way.
Yeah, that's true. Now, who did Roddy beat for his 3 wins?
He beat Timu Drew. He beat Beast Mortos. Should I look it up? I don't even remember.
Yeah, but you got to where I was going. He had to fight Beast Mortos to get in. What the?
And Adam Cole had to go through 2/3 of the House of Black here, man.
Yeah.
And Konosuke, how is that fucking fair?
Had to face the House of Black, and this dude got Beast Mortos on Collision.
I don't know, man.
The fuck? What they get the Dark Order for Roddy next? What is
this fair? How is this fair? Roddy beat Shane Taylor, Beast Mortos, and fucking Timu Drew McIntyre. This guy had to go through Buddy Matthews, Malachi Black, and Konosuke Takeshita. Like, what the fuck? If I'm Adam Cole, I'm demanding a fucking recount. Like, are you serious?
That's such bullshit, dude. That's messed up. How about we get the same opponents or something, or the same quality at least?
Yeah, we'll throw the Job Squad at you while we're giving you this guy. Well, Adam Cole is wrestling fucking top tier, Continental Classic level fucking performers out here, man. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my God. So I want to put this out there. This was just sent out. This was just tweeted out by the elusive AEW Mole account. All right. And he said this 3 minutes ago. Who blocked me, by the way, Mole?
I don't know why. I don't know why. But he says some matches. It's exactly what it says per rating. Some matches. Jamie Hayter versus Julia Hart. Orange Cassidy versus Wheeler Yuta, which we're told about for next week.
I wonder who's going to win that Julia Hart and Jamie Hayter match. Oh, my God, man. I'm sure the internet's going to love that one.
Yeah. We'll see how that shit goes. Orange Cassidy versus Wheeler Yuta, which they booked for next week. So now I'm wondering if these matches are all happening next week along with Claudio versus Darby, Mina versus Harley Quinn. Now, under that it says, not sure what the deal with MJF is, but something is fishy with how abruptly stuff got changed. Wouldn't even shock me if they do MJF versus Strong versus Cole versus O'Reilly.
So they've completely abandoned the entire storyline. That's what they did.
It's just going all. They don't. I don't think they had an end game when they started.
MJF is going along with whatever Tony wants to do, and he couldn't give a shit as long as he's getting paid. That's exactly the feeling I get from this. Who gives a shit?
He's busy doing his movie. He doesn't give a shit. And when he gets back, he's like, "What you got for me? I'm doing this match. Okay, sure, great, whatever."
Good for him. Who the fuck wants to be a part of this sinking ship right now? Nobody.
Yeah.
Now, the one thing that because none of it makes sense. I mean, the flip flopping of rules and the fucking, you can tell that the fucking creative is day to day here. They don't have any long term vision whatsoever. I mean, it is just blatantly obvious with this fucking storyline what they're doing. I got 3 different fucking changes in the last 3 weeks. They don't know what they're doing. The only thing I could possibly think of, and I said this weeks ago when Adam Cole and MJF actually made their returns to television. This was weeks ago. I said, let's, what we say at Wrestle Dream when we got Danny Garcia, Adam Cole back? I think it was Wrestle Dream. Maybe there's a vision where we get Adam Cole and MJF at World's End, where it all started 1 year prior, and we end it there. Maybe that's the plan. I don't know.
So after he posted that tweet that I just read, 30 seconds later, he posted this. They're either saving MJF versus Cole for World's End, or the original plan is still in effect.
The original plan meaning what?
That's what it said.
What is the original plan? MJF and Adam Cole?
Well, whatever they got going on for the next pay-per-view looks like.
Listen, again, I don't want to take anything away from Roddy. I don't. Roddy's a fantastic professional wrestler. Don't get me wrong. And please don't take me out of context. But you're asking MJF to drop what he's doing, to come to New Jersey, in fucking Newark, by the way, which is a shithole, Newark, New Jersey, to wrestle Roderick Strong on pay-per-view? Really? That's what you got for the top guy in the company. Instead of doing Adam Cole, which we all thought it was going to be, and realistically it should, to end this fucking feud once and for all and then move them on to separate things, whether Adam Cole rejoins the Undisputed Era and MJF goes on to do something else completely new, completely fresh and different, I would rather them do that. But now you're prolonging something that is absolutely dead and has changed 3 times in the last 3 weeks. So I don't really understand how you expect me to buy into Roddy versus MJF. I swear to God, and I pray to you, Tony, nobody asked for Roderick Strong and MJF. Not even MJF asked for this shit. So what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, I don't know. They, for some reason, brought back this Adam Cole feud with MJF, and I thought they put it to rest. They've incorporated Roderick Strong in here. Somehow, Kyle O'Reilly is weaved into it. MJF's not even here to sell it. This makes no sense.
And the reaction from the audience? Fucking zero. The reaction when O'Reilly was out there with Roddy and Adam Cole, fucking zero interest from the audience. Who gives a shit?
They need MJF present to sell this match. Now, if he's unavailable, then don't book him. Just don't fucking book him. I'm not saying he can't show up at the pay-per-view, but don't book him in this feud if he's not here to sell it, because none of it is making sense. You can have Adam Cole and Roderick Strong go at it at the pay-per-view for the right to face MJF, and then have MJF show up at the pay-per-view, cause havoc, and then set up that next match. But this it's not going anywhere. No one cares about what's going on with this match with MJF, which is a fucking crime.
I genuinely don't know what we're doing here. I have absolutely fucking no care, no fucks to give about anything that's going on here. Good for MJF that he's actually away from this fucking shithole and doing what he's got to do to get his brand out there. Good for him. He's wrestling Roddy at the pay-per-view. Nobody could fucking pay me to care about this, and that says a lot with MJF involved in something here on TV. Nobody cares. I don't understand.
And I like Roderick Strong, too.
And Roddy's great. But
like both of these guys, and just don't give a shit.
Look at the fucking shit creator from AEW. Adam Cole gets back. First of all, the organic nature of MJF and Adam Cole before he got hurt was fucking great television. It was beautiful television. Then he got hurt. Things got fucked up. We understand that. They tried to salvage it. They tried to hold on to it. It didn't work. He's back now. They're both on TV now at the same time. It ain't working. Just kill it. Just drop it. So what do? They contemplate dropping it. But then they involve everybody, which muddies up the entire fucking storyline, making the original vision worthless, to go back and sell us on getting Adam Cole, Undisputed Era back together when we still have the Kingdom looming and we don't know where the fuck their roles are in this entire thing because we all feel Adam Cole's still a part of the Kingdom. What are we doing here? Why don't you stop one thing and then move on to something else, or explain why something stopped and end something before you move on to something else? We have all these things just hanging around with no answers to anything. What are we doing here, bro?
It's a complete clusterfuck, dude. The whole card right now, it's a complete clusterfuck.
This is... I can't sit here. I can't do this. I don't know, man. I don't know. Who is going to buy? Listen, Undisputed Era is one of the greatest factions in the history of WWE. Nothing was better when they were together on NXT Black and Gold. They were fucking unbelievable, man. They were so hot. I hurt when they fucking killed that group and did nothing with them on the main roster. Now you're trying to sell me on them in this version of AEW. It will die before it even gets started. I'm telling you right now, you might as well not even bother. Don't. All you need to do is pair Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong in a fucking tag team and put them in the tag team division, and that's it. Leave Adam Cole to do what he's got to do on his own. I don't know why we're pairing them back together. To do what? Is there anybody there that you want to see them feud trios-wise? House of Black?
With Adam Cole, I have no problem putting them back together. I mean, I think they'll all be better off, to be honest. And you can always split away Adam Cole to do main event stuff, solo stuff, and which is, at the end of the day, that's what they should have done. They already addressed the Adam Cole MJF situation. They could have brought Adam Cole back, paired him back with Roddy, paired him back with Kyle, had them do their own thing, and there's nothing stopping you from breaking Adam Cole off to go do another bit with MJF down the road. But now you brought him back. You kind of saddled him back with MJF. You've made no sense of it. Everyone is confused about what exactly is going on with this feud. MJF is not there to help sell it. This makes no sense. I would rather see these three back together. Put them in the trios division. That's great. Give Adam Cole time to get some ring work under his belt. Get Kyle O'Reilly back over again because he's dying a slow death in the conglomeration. This is great. That would be great, but that's not what they focused on. They're giving us this weird, awkward, convoluted story of how they're getting back together. And I just don't get it. Roderick Strong, supposed to be a heel. He just showed up to be babyface. Same for Adam Cole. We just talked about this earlier tonight. People are just turning with no explanation up and down the card. Everybody's just turning with zero explanation. And it's hard to be invested in what they're doing when you don't know what the fuck is coming up next.
Pedro Miranda says, you lose 1 week of the show. On the following week, you have zero clue of what's going on. Yes, and in the worst way possible. It's not like there's some fucking great story going on, and if you miss 1 week of television, you're going to miss some big storyline, implication on anything that's going on. No, if you miss 1 week of television, the one show you watched, they're going to do everything completely ass backwards on the next show that makes the previous week fucking worthless and a waste of your time. That's the reason why if you miss 1 week, it's a waste. It's like you're lost. This whole show is a clusterfuck, like Jesse said. I can't fathom how this place runs. I get it. So after this match was over, Roderick Strong sprinted out to attack Takeshita. He quickly hit a punt kick. Takeshita put the ring back on and wanted to KO him as well, but Kyle O'Reilly ran out with a chair as Takeshita bailed. Takeshita celebrated up the ramp. Ricochet is behind him, who hit a super kick, causing Takeshita to scurry away. Ricochet held up the international title. As back in the ring, O'Reilly helped up Strong, and Cole offered a handshake to him, but O'Reilly walked away, staring them down from the stage. Okay, after weeks of watching their matches, he gets into the ring to help them and then has nothing to say to them. Oh, my God, man. Oh. What a waste of my time, man. An absolute waste of my time. Hurt Syndicate. Backstage, Renee asked Hurt Syndicate and Bobby Lashley about his match at Full Gear with Swerve. MVP cut Paquette off before she could ask if Lashley is prepared, as he put over Lashley and asked how it feels to potentially end a man's young career at Full Gear. Lashley says he will make an example out of Strickland and will hurt him. MVP says they'll be watching Strickland's match later tonight with Lio Rush. Bobby Lashley is a dominating figure.
He is. I'm gotta tell you, I am very worried about the Hurt Syndicate and their creative future, seeing as how everything else is playing out here.
We'll get to that in a second, because, it's just ass backwards booking, because I don't think anybody truly believes Bobby Lashley's losing his first match in AEW. There's no way.
Nope.
Come on now.
Nope.
All of a sudden, after this MVP and Renee segment with Bobby Lashley, we see J.D. Drake. The fake J.D., by the way. He's an imposter.
J.D. Like McDonough.
No, McDonough's just McChicken.
Okay, gotcha.
J.D. Drake stumbled out from the back as he was being worn out with a steel chair by Claudio and Wheeler Yuta. So we were told that J.D. Drake was supposed to be competing later tonight. Against who exactly? Who exactly was he competing against tonight, man? So Jon Moxley and Marine Shafir, they walk out. Shafir forces a cameraman into the ring, and Jon Moxley is about to seize the SuperStation. Oh my goodness, man!
The hilarious part, as soon as he threw the cameraman in the ring, commentary started putting it over like that was it. Like, oh my God, he put a cameraman in the ring. He just took over TBS. Like that was it.
Oh my God, man, we gotta feel for our lives. He just forced the cameraman into the ring. What are we gonna do?
Where's Jack Cartwheel? Jack Cartwheel is signed with WWE, sir.
Jack Cartwheel got ID'd. What's up, Jack Cartwheel?
What the holy hell?
He's cartwheeling over into the Performance Center, man.
All the way to the PC. It's Jack fucking Cartwheel.
There you go, man. Fucking show him how it's done, bro. Show him how it's done. Get the fuck far away from this fucking dump.
No shit. Good on
Holy
you.
shit. Jon Moxley takes a microphone and he says he's been thinking of Orange Cassidy the past few days and how Chuck Taylor's drinking his food through a straw because Cassidy wasn't able to save him. Wheeler Yuta belongs to Moxley because Cassidy wasn't able to save him. The pressure is building for, everything Moxley's saying would be a lot more, substantial if we actually gave a shit about who he was talking about. Nobody gives a fuck about Wheeler Yuta, honestly. So Wheeler Yuta belongs to Moxley, supposedly. The pressure is building for Full Gear, but Cassidy is a man that's cool as a cucumber with his hands in his pockets. Moxley will make an example out of him at Full Gear. He will brutalize him, stomping his face into hamburger meat so badly his own mother won't recognize him. To the sound of crickets was this promo. Well, somebody in Bridgeport, Connecticut was yelling, "Come back to Roman!" in the crowd.
Fucking.
And you got, and no, I'm not trolling. I tweeted it out. You guys can go find it on my Twitter.
I think is that why the crowd was chanting "We are Bridgeport" because somebody said that MVP said Stamford, Connecticut.
He must have. He must have did it as a rib.
Yeah.
Which is sad because Tony's allowing that to happen on his show, and no mention of Stamford, Connecticut should be mentioned on AEW Dynamite. Give me a break. Everyone who calls themselves a contender will run and hide as they will do whatever the hell they want to because they have the power. So Orange Cassidy's music hits. He calmly walks out. You think he'd be angry. What is the difference between this Orange Cassidy and the old Orange Cassidy, Jesse? Do we see any difference?
No, they started off like they were gonna make him a different Orange Cassidy, but now he's pretty much just veered back into OC lane, and he's just the same Orange Cassidy now.
Man, he's a different man because he shops in the emo section over at the Gap, man. Oh my goodness, he's got black jeans and black denim and a black T-shirt.
It would have been a bigger eye opener if he would have came out and kept that same energy he had when he completely broke his OC gimmick. Came out in different regular street clothes, hands out of pockets, just that same intensity until he got his hands on Moxley because he was that pissed. No, he just kind of faded back into his Orange Cassidy lane.
We got 10 days till the pay-per-view. We got one more Dynamite to go. And this is the level of intensity that you've given Orange Cassidy? How does anybody believe that this guy's going to take down Jon Moxley, who's threatening to fucking take over the company? I don't get it.
No.
This ain't working at all. So he's out there, and he's out there with Rocky Romero, oh man, and Mark Briscoe. Cassidy says, "Hello." And he said it just like that. He agrees with Jon Moxley. It's all because of what's in the briefcase. That mini briefcase that seems like it would be Hornswoggle carrying around into fucking his daily 9 to 5. It doesn't look like a briefcase that houses the AEW World Championship, but listen, surprise me. Cassidy says, "Hello." It's not about Moxley. It's all about what's in the briefcase, the symbol of AEW. It represents all of us. Everything pro wrestling can be. The AEW World Championship. They can fight all over the place, but the only way to win the title is by wrestling. As despite not liking to do anything, he's wrestled the most out of anyone in AEW and reminds Moxley how he beat him before, and he'll do it again. Cassidy said Moxley brings up playing chess, and everyone else is playing checkers. And he brings up moving pawns before he can take the king. So next week, he's wrestling Wheeler Yuta.
Ooh.
Oh, man. I listen, man. The crowd...
You would get pissed.
The crowd went mild for this comment.
You would get pissed. I'm like, oh, I'm not a pawn. Claudio's kind of next to him. Yes, the fuck you are. Okay, just...
Moxley said we'll see if Cassidy has the guts to pull the trigger on Yuta next week. Come Full Gear, Moxley has one message to anyone who wants what he's got. And he says, abandon all hope. Oh, Tony, listen, I've abandoned all hope already, bro. This show is garbage, man. And that line just speaks volumes. The Death Riders were going to leave, but then we see Darby Allin leap off the balcony in the crowd onto Moxley, Claudio, and Yuta. And he removes his mask. I guess it was a Sting mask. What else would it be? Cassidy, Romero, and Briscoe ran and kept brawling as Moxley and Shafir bailed to the back. And they went to leave in their truck without Wheeler Yuta. So Allin runs after them. He leaps into the back of the truck. Claudio was driving away. He stops. He gets out. He brawls with Darby Allin. He picks him up and launches him into the garage door and then puts him in the giant swing and swings him into the garage door. He runs back into the truck. Wheeler Yuta at the same time leaps into the back of the truck, and the Death Riders drive off with the conglomeration checking on Darby Allin.
And with that spot, AEW Mole account is reporting that the stunt with someone being tied to the back of the Death Riders' black pickup truck, I think, is going to be saved for the go-home show. They've even ramped it up and are considering Claudio driving while doing donuts with Darby attached. Quite the swing.
Why does that matter when we're building Orange Cassidy up?
Well, Darby. It's crazy.
Well, how do we get people talking about our dead storyline? Let's take somebody who's not really involved with the story right now until fucking later in the life cycle of this story, which, I mean, at this point, it's fucking dead to me. And let's get people talking by nearly killing a man. What else can we do to him this year? We hung him upside down as he hung from the arena for about a good 10 minutes in an Anarchy in the Arena match. He set someone on fire. He had fucking gotten super kicked with thumbtacks stuck to the bottom of the Young Bucks boot. What else happened to Darby Allin this year?
I'm pretty sure it was Moxley driving the bus that hit him in New York City.
That too. He broke his foot. He had to cancel climbing Mount Everest. He got hit by a fucking bus in New York City.
What the fuck, man?
What the fuck are we doing, man? Are we using Darby as a fucking stunt dummy to generate interest for your dying storyline?
They're gonna kill this poor kid.
It's not Darby getting the fucking title shot. It's Orange Cassidy getting the title shot. Why are you building something before something finishes? I don't really get it. Like, you want me to believe, you want us to believe in Orange Cassidy, yet you want to do a stunt like that on the go-home show when Orange Cassidy's the one that should be built up taking the title.
Well, these are the guys who are all in on trying to save AEW from Moxley and his crew. I guess the Dark Order stopped giving a shit. I mean, which is fine because nobody really understood why they did.
So we're going with Rocky Romero and Mark Briscoe and the conglomeration?
There you go. Yeah. Sounds about right. Now, Will Osprey was just here. I know he's got issues with his former best friend, but he doesn't give a shit that someone's trying to take over the company that he just signed to.
All right, so let me ask you an important question. If what the Mole account says happens on the show, and we get Darby strung up to the back of a pickup truck, and they do donuts with him, dragging him on the concrete fucking street outside. Tony Khan's running this show, isn't he? Isn't he the guy behind the curtain?
Yes.
Why would he allow something like that to happen after something like that happens? Why would he allow these people on his program again? If he's really not running the company, and this is Jon Moxley's company, and he's running the show, are we to believe that Tony Khan next week will be booking AEW Dynamite the way that we see, and he's on social media? This show's going to be great, man. I can't wait for everybody to tune into the SuperStation on Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. I mean,
they took over your company.
They took over whose company?
Tony Khan. Mox is taking over your company, and you're saying it's a great show. You know, it's a fantastic show. But I thought your company is under a hostile takeover.
He shouldn't be on social media acting like the boss then, if he's...
No, probably not. No.
I mean, what about those...
Moxley tweeting out all that shit.
Well, what about these small, little, minute details that really kind of start adding up the more you start ignoring them?
He sometimes... Look, this is the guy who wore the neck brace to the NFL draft. That was one of the most brilliant things TK has done in wrestling.
Where did it go?
Nowhere.
How many people backstage do you think were fucking pissed at the fact that Tony Khan miraculously was healed after 3 weeks and then hands a flamethrower to Darby Allin because we need an Anarchy in the Arena? How many people you thought were pissed? I would say a numerous amount of people were pissed.
Man,
give me a break.
That was so good. I saw a lot of people. I saw a lot of the WWE stands and a lot of people who don't watch wrestling all complaining. And he's wearing his neck brace at the NFL draft. This is serious. No, that was done right. That was brilliant. That was fantastic. That was exposure. I loved that. But now if you were someone who watched that and then later tuned into AEW to see what came of it, nothing. Nothing.
Hey, Dad, I'm gonna run to the NFL draft. I'm gonna put on a neck brace and I'm gonna look so cool in front of all my friends while our Jacksonville Jaguars accumulate the worst record in the NFL and all my decisions just drown our great team and great franchise. I have to sell my neck. The Young Bucks, they pile drive me on AEW Dynamite. It was so cool. Dad, are you so proud of me?
I gotta say, I was very disappointed to watch my Vikings beat the Jaguars last week.
Moving on. This fucking show is terrible, man.
It's so fucking.
Oh my God, man. Britt Baker and Penelope Ford. Britt wins with the lockjaw. Penelope didn't look bad here. I got to admit, Jesse. Penelope did not look bad here. She moved pretty well. It wasn't. Listen, man. You know, I don't want to call out Britt Baker for
right.
for the lack of continuity and the lack of lack of a better term. It's sloppy at times.
You know, I was here and you heard me say, everybody here heard me say how fantastic Ford looked when I watched her on Collision. And tonight, she did not look as fantastic, and I'm pretty sure I know why, and it is not Ford's fault, man.
No, Britt did not look her best tonight. Penelope did not look bad. It was not the most concrete match that you should see in the women's division. But Baker got a sling blade, and she went for some corner punches. Ford slid out and dropped Baker face first into the buckle, which looked sloppy. Handspring, forearm hit, and then a charging boot, and she got a fireman's carry. Baker slid out, tried for ripcord lariat, but Ford hit a matrix cutter for 2, which did not look good at all. Ford went for a moonsault. Baker moved, hit a thrust kick, spinning neck breaker. She took way too long to put the glove on for the lockjaw. Ford drop kicked her from behind and applied a Muda lock. While in the hold, Baker was able to get the lockjaw and countered the Muda lock, which led to her tapping Penelope Ford out. After the match, Serena Deeb came out to the stage and talked trash with her flag, while Baker was looking at the camera saying no one cared. And she is correct. Nobody cared. We ranted on this before. We will not repeat ourselves. This is not really what we envisioned for the women's division. I don't know why they didn't have Serena Deeb cost Britt Baker the match, propelling Penelope Ford to get a major win over a veteran star in the company and then begin a feud with Britt and Serena Deeb. I don't know how anybody can bring themselves to care for a Britt and Serena Deeb feud with her standing on the stage waving a fucking flag.
Yeah. It would have been worth. It would have made so much sense to have Ford come up and have this match on Wednesday with Britt. It would have been a nice little catalyst to start things off with Britt and Deeb. Next week, you can have Deeb come out, explain why she came out and cost Britt the match. Have Britt come out and say, "Fuck you, bitch. I don't appreciate this shit." They're off to the races. In the meantime, Penelope Ford has a goddamn W in her back pocket with Britt Baker's name all over it. Take that into whatever feud you want to. Take it into a title opportunity if you want to.
There are layers to this. When you put together a show, and I don't know how to fucking write a show, but I'm telling you exactly what should have been done. To me, the why is the most important thing in anything you do. I'm not even talking about pro wrestling. The why is the most important thing you go and do. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Britt Baker needed a why in this match, or Serena Deeb rather. This feud needed a why. Why are they feuding? Give us a reason. The reason was Britt getting the match cost by Serena Deeb. And that's it. Then we go into next week, and then we get the explanation as to why Britt Baker and Serena Deeb had a little thing on Dynamite, and why Serena Deeb fucked over Britt Baker. That's the levels of this, the way it played out. It's almost as if they went about it and they didn't care to give us a fucking reason why, and they just want to throw two women out there to show everybody a women's wrestling match because we have to promote women's wrestling. That's all it was. It's sad. Yeah. There's no effort. No effort.
You know, put them on the show and let that be that, as opposed to, hey, I got a plan. Let's do this. It was just, let's get them on the show. Deep, go out there because you're next.
It's exactly what it was. Catlight says that Britt is out of fucks to give. She has 0 fucks to give.
Not give a fuck, dude.
No.
She does not care.
No. Mina Shirakawa. Oh, my goodness. She is back, and she's with Renee Paquette. This was the best parts of the show, Jesse.
Why do you say parts, plural, sir?
This was the best parts of the show.
You're still saying plural. Like, what are the things that you are referring to, sir?
She was with Renee. She said she missed Mariah May so much she can't wait for the champagne celebration when she defeats Anna Jay on Collision. Another reason why I don't know why that match is taking place. I really don't. Harley Cameron walks in and pounds the glass of champagne, spits it out, saying, some say Shirakawa is the Harley Cameron of Japan. Nobody's saying that. Nobody. She challenges Shirakawa to a match on AEW Collision. She says, tit for tit, may the breast woman win. Both women start shimmying their breasts as Renee was quite enjoying it, and then all of a sudden she put a stop to it. Excalibur said, now Renee knows how the feeling is sitting between Shivani and McGinnis on commentary. I don't believe Sockface compared sitting next to Shivani and McGinnis to both Mina and Harley Cameron shaking their tits in between Renee Paquette.
Yeah, I would definitely rather have the former than the latter. So I don't know what his experience is like, but I'll take Mina and Harley and poor Renee. Bro, what are they doing to poor Renee? They are just giving Renee the business.
Renee has the best job in all of AEW.
Man, bro.
Was
it cold back there tonight?
I don't know. I wasn't really paying that close of attention.
I think it was a little nipply.
Are we getting Mina versus Mariah at the pay-per-view? In 10 days?
Oh, wrestling. Oh, shit. I don't know. Maybe. Sure. The fuck do I care?
Do we need to one day have a discussion about how Mariah May's title reign is a fucking flop?
They're not having her do anything.
She's a terrible. They have made her into a terrible champion.
There is nothing for her to do except wait for Toni Storm, man. That's about it.
I don't know. Mina's back. Great news. Best parts of the show. Plural.
Oh.
Swerve and Lio Rush. This was pretty quick. This was academic. I mean, Lio Rush didn't really get much offense here. We go to a commercial break. Strickland hit a big boot before rolling back into the ring with a suplex. Swerve measured Rush with a big diving uppercut. Leo managed a Spanish fly out of nowhere for 2. He tried a leaping hurricanrana off the announce table. Strickland looked for a power bomb, only for Rush to leap onto the steps and hit a poison rana on Swerve on the outside. So he runs back into the ring and he does a low dive through the bottom rope. Rush gets a frog splash for a 2 count. Bounce back stunner, which was countered by Swerve, who wanted big pressure. Rush rolled through with a pin. 2 count only, held on to the ropes. Nana pointed it out. Enzuguri connected. He wanted another poison rana, but this time Swerve powered him into big pressure for the 1, 2, 3. Post-match, Swerve took the microphone and said, now that he's back, everyone wants to use his equity and accolades to make a statement. I'm assuming he had a very, very, very indirect quote there or statement to Will Osprey, who made a statement earlier in the show, saying that we had 4 AEW champions since he's joined the company, and he's better than all of them. Rush tried tonight. Shelton Benjamin tried a few weeks ago, but he's going to have a situation where he has to keep reminding people whose house it is. While their match is at full gear, he wants to fight tonight in Stamford. They're in Bridgeport. And he calls out Lashley. So there you go, Jesse. It was Swerve who said Stamford, Connecticut. Gee, I wonder if he's thinking of the E, bro. He's thinking about Stamford, Connecticut.
Maybe. Somehow, some way, for some reason, they've decided to tag Swerve as the most dangerous man in AEW.
Cool.
I don't quite understand that because I'm pretty sure I thought that was pretty much given to Jon Moxley because of the way his matches go.
How was he the most dangerous man in AEW when legitimately the man that he was in the ring with in September burned his fucking house down and syringed him in the mouth and hit him with a fucking brick?
Yeah.
What? Like what? If we're going off of most dangerous man in AEW, I think Swerve is a solid number 5 here, man. I mean, what the fuck are we doing, bro?
I mean, that's what I don't get. If that's the moniker you want to give him, you could at least give him some shit that makes him look like he's the most dangerous man in AEW. But yeah, if you would have pulled me to the side and asked me who's the most dangerous man in AEW, my first choice would have been Moxley. Second would have been Hangman. I don't know if Swerve would have been anywhere on that list.
So, Hurt Syndicate comes out. They walked out with MVP and Lashley. Or it was just MVP and Lashley. There was no Shelton. MVP says if he wanted a fight with a Syndicate member, all he had to do was ask. So the crowd starts chanting, "This is Bridgeport," because Swerve called it Stamford, so he fucked up. As Lashley took off his jacket, MVP said there's strength in numbers. Shelton Benjamin attacked Strickland from behind before tossing him to the feet of Lashley outside, who launched Strickland repeatedly into the barricade. Lashley went into the ring after Nana and launched him into the corner, and he crumbles through the ropes to the apron, hits the steel steps on the outside, and eventually lands on the floor outside. Jesse, where is this going? Because the way that we are setting this up, Swerve has not been on the offensive here and he has not been able to counter the Hurt Syndicate here. They've pretty much owned him since they've joined AEW. Nobody seemingly has come out to help Swerve in this battle, from what I gather. And we got this one-on-one match looming at Full Gear. I think it's pretty academic to say that whether it's by nefarious outside interference or straight up clean one-on-one, Bobby Lashley is going to get the victory over Swerve at Full Gear. But at that point, is this going to be a situation where we go into a series of matches with these two and Swerve eventually overcomes the Hurt Syndicate, which I don't think would build them to be quite credible in the company? Or is it a situation where Swerve knows he can't compete, Swerve knows he's got no backup, and it's going to be a situation where he ends up joining the Hurt Syndicate and they work as associates?
Well, he can't defeat the Hurt Syndicate. That's just Cena beating the Nexus all over again.
True.
He can't beat an entire crew by himself. So now he's gonna need friends. Either that, or like you just said, he's gonna end up joining. Either one, I don't know how any of those work, because I don't see how Swerve's whole gimmick vibes at all with the Hurt Syndicate. As of now, it looks like Bobby Lashley is the fucking leader. What if Swerve joins? He's the most dangerous man in the company, apparently.
Who,
Bobby? Play second fiddle to Bobby Lashley?
That would make Bobby Lashley the most dangerous man in AEW.
That really should. If he beats Swerve, isn't that the title they're going for now?
Sure.
This match is for the most dangerous man in AEW.
You know, I remember once upon a time, Swerve had a faction, and then he dumped him.
I don't blame him. They were trash. But
yeah, where are all those guys now, huh?
I don't know, but Swerve got mad at me for calling that stable trash. So.
Well, that's exactly what they were.
He got so mad at me, man.
It's all right. People don't like hearing honest, upfront opinions, man. It's an opinion. Doesn't matter.
He got so mad, and they were trash.
Bobby Lashley got zero reaction in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Zero.
Wow.
Renee was backstage with Jamie Hayter. Asked what's next for Timu Becky Lynch here. She looks ridiculous, by the way. Can we say that? She looks absurd with this new getup. The hairstyle does not work for her. I'm sorry.
Saying it every fucking week. The hairstyle, the outfit, the whole direction of this entire comeback of hers. I mean, just go back on hiatus. I don't understand what the fuck they're doing with her. I don't understand how they killed her momentum the instant they brought her back on the fucking pre-show. I don't understand how they did it. She was literally the most anticipated return I can remember them having, and they blew it in one fell swoop. I don't know what the fuck they're doing with her.
Chad,
I don't get it.
Chad, I'm gonna have to ask you guys to comment down. I mean, people are asking for Swerve to bring in Flop Dollar.
Oh my god, dude.
And you get the reunion of
Do not put that in the. Why would you even bring that up? Don't know. Ban everybody who said that. All of them.
Leo Rush and Top Dollar join Swerve as the new hit row. Oh man.
Oh no. Stop.
Don't give them any hints, please.
Oh.
Renee, backstage with Jamie Hayter and asks, what's next? Hayter said that's a good question. As she came back to right the wrongs, she's corrected some of them, but now she's thinking about one thing. And I'm assuming she was going to say the Women's Championship. But the camera went dark, and we got another Julia Hart vignette as she awakens from her bed after being shot in the heart with an arrow on Collision in the last vignette. She was on a football field. She was cheerleading with her old gimmick, and she got shot by herself. with her arrow. Brody called her while she was lying in bed, her saying it's time to come home. Or he said it's time to come home. She said, what do you mean? I'm already home. Hart walks to the mirror and screams as she puts on her black hat. She gets handed a bow and arrow from her present self, and the door or the window closes, and then the screen goes black. Whoever's filming these is doing a very good job. Number one.
Very good. I saw someone take credit for it on social media not that long ago, too. They're doing great. See, I thought the way this segment ended, her getting the bow and arrow was her going to the football stadium to shoot the cheerleader side of her. But the cheerleader side of her woke up in bed with the wound to the heart. I don't know. It's kind of weird. But I do like them, though.
So we're getting Jamie Hayter and Julia Hart.
Yep.
Any particular reason why these two are, or Julia's targeting Jamie Hayter now?
I don't know.
Just random thrown out there for no reason?
I don't fucking know. I have some ideas. How they could probably go with this. But who are we kidding? It's a waste of my breath. Okay?
I would assume that Jamie Hayter needs a victory here, no?
You think Jamie Hayter is going to beat Julia Hart on her return?
I don't know why we can't have Julia Hart get a couple of wins on her return to AEW while she stays away from someone like Jamie Hayter, who also needs victories. I don't really understand the logic there.
I don't even know why she's targeting Jamie Hayter. Now, see, I'm going to fucking do it. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to get pissed when nothing happens. I'm assuming that she's targeting Jamie Hayter for a reason. And I hope that reason involves getting Jamie Hayter out of this ridiculous fucking Velma fucking outfit. Maybe she turns Jamie Hayter. Maybe Julia gets her own female stable.
Oh, so we're just doing what we did with Sky Blue, who ultimately dropped that gimmick.
Yeah.
And now we need a new host, right?
Bro, they could have had Sky Blue stand in for Julia Hart in House of Black while she was gone.
Maybe they should be paying you.
I mean, I don't know if Sky was hurt.
Was that even an idea brought to the table? I mean, Sky Blue was hurt, so I guess it's all a moot point anyway. So it doesn't really matter.
If she was hurt, then fuck it, then, you know. But yeah, so now when they bring Sky Blue back, is she still dark?
Sky Blue's not dark, no.
Then I mean, so why not? She was last time we saw her. No,
I don't know.
So fucking convoluted, and I don't get it.
This company is in the shithole, bro. What do you want me to tell you?
I think Julia Hart is the new favorite son of TK. After he replaced Britt Baker. She
signed the new fancy contract, so I'm assuming he has to use her.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I'm under the assumption that Julie is gonna get the Britt Baker push that he took from Britt Baker, man.
Shout out to our guy Lee Johnson, too. I don't know if he still watches the program.
Big shotty.
I don't know if he still watches the streams, but shout out to Lee Johnson doing his thing on Ring of Honor.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Main event here, AEW Tag Team Champions Private Party make their way out to the stage. They're standing in the VIP section drinking some champagne. Kings of the Black Throne, Malachi and Brody, defeated FTR, believe it or not. Oh, my goodness. They got a win. Holy shit. They beat Mr. Softy and FTR Hair in the main event, which, believe it or not, was a great match. It's not really a surprise with these four guys in there, but this was a Full Gear Contender Series. Winner of this goes on to join 4 teams at Full Gear for the AEW Tag Team Championships. Right now, Private Party of the Champions joined by the Outrunners. And we got LFI and the Acclaimed on Saturday for the final spot in this Contender Series. So we'll pick it up towards the break here. And FTR had Malachi isolated. King was able to get a hot tag. He wasted no time running wild with some chops, shoulder tackles, punishing Wheeler and Harwood with corner clotheslines and splashes. Overhead throw on Wheeler. Harwood was sent into his partner in the corner. King hit a cannonball for 2. King wanted a superplex on Wheeler, but Harwood saved his partner, allowing Wheeler to try a sunset flip, with Harwood hitting a diving clothesline into a powerbomb. He goes for cover. He gets only a 2. Black pulled Wheeler outside and sent him into the steps. Harwood ate the pop-up knee lift from Black, followed with a moonsault out to the floor on Wheeler. Harwood was flattened with a King powerbomb, and he goes for cover, does Brody, and he only gets a 2.5. Match is breaking down here. Speed it up a little bit. Dante's Inferno, the finish for the Kings of the Black Throne. Blocked. Wheeler saved his partner, which was Dax. Sent King into Black, connected with a shatter machine. Black pulled Harwood outside. Black was pulled to the apron by Wheeler. Harwood recovered, and they hit a spike pile driver on Malachi. Brody was there to hit a dive onto both Dax and Cash. King Kong Lariat leveled Harwood multiple times. Near falls back-to-back here by Brody on Dax. King couldn't believe it. King dragged a rubber... he was just basically out on his feet here. Spaghetti legs here was Dax to his feet, applied a rear naked choke on Harwood, and Harwood was out. That was basically it. He did not tap. He just passed out, and Brody got the win for the House of Black, and they will be advancing to the pay-per-view. So I'm actually surprised that we got the House of Black with now 4 weeks of consistent television, and they have a pay-per-view payday. So I'm surprised to see that. I think it's a little bit too little too late, but I'm glad that they're actually getting some shine, depending on what Malachi's situation is. Nobody really knows. But it's nice to see them on TV, and they should be a focus on the show because they are popular and they are great. So I'm glad to see them getting a shine here, Jesse. I'm actually surprised by the outcome.
Well, maybe he's TK. Maybe he's reading the room. Maybe he's seeing that people want the House of Black. Maybe he finally knows that people have been asking for Malachi in the House of Black for weeks now, and maybe he's come to his senses.
Maybe.
Those are a lot of
I don't want to give him the benefit of the doubt, but maybe.
Those are a lot of maybes. Brody King is on fire. Malachi has always been on fire. Buddy would be on fire if he was on TV more. I don't know why he's not. But these guys are over, man. These guys are the guys we want to see. This crew right here. And you're getting Julia Hart back. This crew should be your main focus, not Moxley's crew. This crew, the House of Black, should be your main focus. Now, I'm not saying give the House of Black the takeover angle, the angle that seems to be going nowhere and they're taking nothing over. But if you want to put your focus on a faction, the House of Black should be your faction. That is your crew right there. But we're going to focus on Moxley and Yuta. Okay. Let's see where it goes.
After the match was over, Brody nodded to Black as they helped Harwood and Wheeler up, shaking their hands, showing respect as Private Party watched on as the show went off the air. What is this showing respect to everybody from House of Black? Is this a new thing by them?
Their new babyface thing, yeah.
I guess so. AEW Collision announced already. Mariah May, Anna Jay, no DQ match for the AEW Women's title. If Anna Jay loses, she can no longer compete for the AEW Women's title as long as Mariah May is champion.
Who cares?
Mariah May is not losing the title.
No.
The Acclaimed, Anthony Bowens and Max Caster versus LFI, Roosh and the Beast Mortos.
Yes.
Mina is in action against Harley Cameron, and Daniel Garcia versus Johnny TV. Good luck with that one, bro. Jesus Christ. What a fucking disaster. Dynamite next week. Orange Cassidy versus Wheeler Yuta and Darby Allin versus Claudio Castagnoli. And that is your AEW Dynamite.
Woo.
Unbelievable. We're going to get into your super chats right now. I got some haters on
social. Oh, I'm sorry.
I thought I was playing Doc.
I'm sorry. I thought I was playing Doc, man. Oh boy.
We got some haters online, Jesse, watching the stream, man. Yeah. My guy Slick 2099 on Twitter, man. He says, JD from NY is the most miserable motherfucker on this app. He whines and complains like a 2-year-old Alex Jones. The man has hit rock bottom with his weird hatred for a wrestling promotion. Any credibility he's had is going down the tube with his insufferable behavior. Oh, man. Jesse, what did we say that was so outlandish tonight?
That the show sucks. That we said nothing outlandish. I don't know who this fart is or why we're giving him any attention, but I'm glad he's a fan. Thank you for watching.
I'm glad he's a fan. Thank you for watching, brother. And we got this one, too. Overall, I'm thinking about fully integrating to Blue Sky. Sure, I'll have Twitter, but this platform is ruined by corrupt politicians, billionaire idiots, and pathetic people like JD from NY, who have no passion for pro wrestling anymore and pretends to be a podcaster. Oh, my God. I pretend, Jesse. I play pretend every night.
What is Blue Sky? Just go to True Social. There you go.
No, they don't want anything to do with our president of the United States, bro.
Oh, well, I mean, good luck with that. He's already president now.
I know.
What?
I know. Anyway, thank you guys. No matter if you like us or you hate us, thank you for watching. Appreciate you. We had 2,900 people in here on a Wednesday night, man. Oh, my goodness. Super chats are open. Get them on in. We're going to read your messages, any questions, comments, and concerns in a second. Hit that thumbs up. We need just a little more than 100 likes for 1,000 likes. Can we get 1,000 likes? We have 2,900 people in here, man. Let's try for 1,000 likes. Killa says, JD is running people off of Twitter. I love it. It's been so calm the last week or two, man. I love it. Just go over there. I don't give a fuck.
I have been off of it.
And shout out to my Twitch family on the Purple Snake. We got Triple M. What's up, brother? Giving one more community sub tonight. Love it.
There we
Gifted
go.
one more community sub. Triple M runs the dungeons with us, man, and any high-level activities on Destiny 2.
Yeah, man, I need some more spoils. Need some raids.
Yeah. We'll get you your fucking spoils.
I need my spoils. Hey, did you hear that who the new Colts head coach is?
Who?
Peyton Manning.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I'm kind of.
I don't know how you're a terrible team with Peyton Manning fucking coaching the team.
Man, gotta see this, man. That guy knows football. I can't wait.
All right, let's start here. It looks like we don't have a lot to get through tonight. I don't know where the fuck everybody's been, but Michelle with the $2 super chat. Takeover TBS. This felt like Vince McMahon booking. What the fuck, TK? Yeah, I know. I've been saying it. Man of 1,005 holes with 36 months in the OTS venue. That Moxley takeover is worse than any of the worst NXT takeovers. I'm totally disappointed with this company, and they need a total factory reset. Man, the only reset I care about is TK's removal, bro. And it's never going to happen. Never going to happen. Mr. New with the 5 months. I'd like to preemptively request no mention or suggestion that story will come out of the Continental Classic. It is what it is. It's a matchmaking exhibition. You are correct, Mr. Noob. They tried that last year, and all those stories that came out of the Continental Classic, they didn't abide by one single fucking story coming out of that tournament. What happened to Mark Briscoe's story? What happened to Danny Garcia's story? What happened to Jay Lethal's story? Have we even seen him on TV? No. Is he even employed? I don't know. Jimmy Belenko with a $10 super chat. Here's the thing. I am all for unpredictability, so seeing Adam Cole lose makes me interested in seeing where this is going and how Adam will get his hands on MJF in the end. Sure. But when you start muddying it up with people that don't need to be involved in Adam and MJF's story, that's where they go wrong. And that's where people lose interest.
Yeah.
Kingdom Kid with a $4.99 saw on Twitter that they are now apparently selling hologram masks on the AEW merch stands, but they couldn't sell Sting or Lucha Brothers masks. No, because hologram is a childhood creation of Tony Khan, so he's got to get it out to the masses and try to make it successful, even though nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Triple H is going to sell Lucha Brothers masks, and they will fucking sell them 100-fold over hologram masks. Don't worry. Skinner with 14 months. I can tell you this. If you think AEW isn't in trouble, 3K in attendance. Buffalo in June had 12 last week for SmackDown. Tell me how it's okay right now. Well, that's not really a fair comparison to compare it to WWE, who's hot right now, even though they are in autopilot mode. But they're still hot, and they're charging an arm and a leg for tickets, and people are buying them. And it's Royal Rumble season, so it's only going to get better. So, best in the world, Matt, with a $2 super chat. Go back to Roman, yeah? Yeah.
Wow. That's so embarrassing.
We got to go back to Roman. Swerve is calling Bridgeport Stamford. I don't know if they know what city they're in, man. Really.
Or care.
Or care. El Mase with 60 months. We already need a reset from this current reset. Are we still predicting Shane McMahon coming in? I gave up on that, bro. Even if he came in, it makes zero difference now. No difference at all.
Nope.
Krauser. Kiana James got a very big upgrade, by the way. Did she really? Please don't tell me she got that.
Who did?
Kiana James. Is that why she went away?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't really realize she was gone.
Nobody realized she was gone.
Yeah.
Let me. I gotta. Well, I'll Google it after. Samurai Sage with a $5 super chat. Love the energy, JD. Have you played any raids in D2? Mine's thus far is Garden of Salvation. I have done Garden. I got myself the Divinity and its Catalyst through that raid. But I have not done the Salvation's Edge. I haven't played it yet. I got nobody to play with. All my guys are on Call of Duty.
Triple M already took us through it.
I got to do it.
He took me through it.
I got to do it. I got to get my icebreaker, too. Jay Patterson with a $5 super chat. I'm sorry, but I can't take Moxley as a tough guy. Seriously. When he opens his mouth kissing Effie on the indies, like that's what locker room leaders do. Bro, I don't. Effie sucks, dude. Why is anybody talking about Effie? Who gives a fuck?
Who is Effie?
You don't want to know. Garbage. Man of 1,005 holds $2 super chat. Jacob Fatu promo greater than AEW's top story. Sure. DX Strichters with a $5 super chat. Where would you say AEW is now? WCW 2000 or WW 2018-2019 territory bad? I think there's somewhere in between. Past 18-19 WWE, but not WCW 2000 yet. Probably in between. I would say so. 19 through 21 was just awful for WWE. I wouldn't even go that far to call them that. Sarit Mohanty with a super chat. Do you guys think Shane is still coming into AEW? I do not. I do not.
I never thought he was, but he still could. I just don't think he is or ever was.
Joseph with a $5 super chat. I feel like if Tony removes RJ City and Will Washington immediately from the creative team, I feel like AEW's television will be a lot better.
really.
How about we just move Tony altogether?
I mean, based on what would you say that? I mean,
it's basically by association. We don't know exactly what they do.
you don't know.
We don't know what they do. DX Tricksters with a 5. I remember Raw getting double red skies, but triple? Has that ever happened? Probably once, yeah. Just sad to see how much AEW has fallen to deserve triple red skies. Yeah, I could have stopped at 2, but I wanted to pop the chat, so I did a 3. A 3-er. Tricksters, thank you, brother. Keith Hobson with a 7 months. I'm Vince Mac. Sorry, I'm Tony Khan, damn it. One and the same. Hollywood Eric, 19 months, celebrating my 19-month anniversary with 2 of the best in the IWC, the Taco King and my Tribal Chief. I acknowledge both of you, Jesse. How is the family?
Doing fantastic, brother.
There you go.
Couldn't complain. My son's on the basketball team. I'm coaching it. We won our first game the other day. He's playing well. Very happy.
Trader in the chat says, what the fuck is a red sky? Chat, why don't you tell Trader what red skies is?
There you go. Check your phone.
Checking it right now. Checking it right now. Oh, she looks good.
Yeah.
She looked good. She was beautiful before. You know? What do I know? I'm not on TV. Phil.
Yeah.
23 months. Man, this creative is terrible. Turned on the show in the last hour. Instantly regretted it. This show sucks. I mean, the main event was the best part of the entire show, the mess match. I mean, we got a great tag team match to open and a great tag team match to close. The wrestling is not the problem. It's not. It's the fucking writing. The stories. Hollywood Eric, thank you, brother. Phil, thank you. Joseph Gonzalez, the Seagulls earlier are more over than AEW. We have more people in this chat than AEW had in attendance. Justin with 27 months. CEO, more like boring. Get her off my TV. I'm so glad I didn't watch Dynamite tonight. I haven't watched in weeks. Keep it going, brother. They don't deserve your watch until we say. Fuck them. Lady B with a $10 super chat. Where in the world is Kenny Omega? He's making his return to wrestling with New Japan and not AEW. With ratings and attendance, why is he not on AEW TV even building up the match with Gabe Kidd? Punk was injured forever and carried a feud. But what do I know? You are correct, Lady B. Tony doesn't give a shit. He's just allowing everybody to do what they want. Fallen Exposure with a 2. What would Herb Abrams do? Cocaine. Have you seen Cocaine, Jesse?
I did. And, I mean, I don't see the big deal about it. I mean, I get it. I see, like, the comedy behind it, but it's like
I think it's
taking
awful.
over. I mean, like,
It's
a
awful.
mind of its own. Like, it's not that interesting.
It's awful. Basic with the 20 months. I'm convinced TK is high when he is penning these shows. He has to be. Either high or he's downed an entire 12-pack of White Claw. One or the other. Also with a $9.99. TK, if you're watching this one is free. Have the Young Bucks team up with Sting to save AEW from Moxley. Oh, and have Swerve and Adam Page win the tag team belts. Glad I can contribute.
Sting is retired.
Sting is retired, brother, and I don't want to see Page and Swerve on the same team at all.
Swerve tried to kidnap Hangman's family.
Page tried to burn down and did burn down his family
down
home.
His house.
Yeah.
That would be the absolute dumbest tag team I've ever heard of in my life.
Siren, 23 months. From the highest of highs to the lowest of lows, RIP to the company we all loved, but we are blessed for the family we found. OTS for life. Thank you, brother.
Joseph Taylor says, why I think RJ City and Will Washington should be removed from creatives because they're ruining TV by their stupid booking.
We don't know how involved they are, though.
We don't know.
I will lump them into the discussion just simply based off association. We don't know what they do.
You don't know what they do, man. You don't know what they do. I don't know. This guy doesn't know. No one really knows. You just know those names and you call them out to be fired. These people have families and you don't even know what they're doing.
Guys, cocaine is not going to be on AEW television unless Tony wants a lawsuit. Not happening. Brendan Watson with the $4.99. I'm more excited about going to the Michigan State basketball game this Saturday for my birthday weekend than I did watching Dynamite tonight. You go enjoy yourself, bro. You go enjoy yourself. Jerry Winters with a new membership. That's not true because he's got a title belt next to his name. Give me a break,
Right.
YouTube.
I've
Come
seen
on.
that too. YouTube.
Basic with a $4.99. Oh, Sweat. Swerve, Leo Rush, Top Dollar, and the mighty Omos. Basic, I'm going to have to cut you off, bro. No more drinks for you, bro. Kobe Anderson Harris with a $1.99. If Moxley's angle doesn't work, how long does AEW have? Well, they got 4 years because they got $555 million coming in. After that, I can't really tell you. Kal-El with a 5. Hey, JD, I got a joke about construction. However, I'm still working on it. Great. Adam Hernandez with a 20 spot. Love Chris Statlander, WWE or some other place. I hope she gets out and shines. Me too. So does Jesse.
Absolutely.
Kal-El with a $2 super chat. Bring on the Ravens. Here we go, Steelers. And Hollywood guy with a $5 super chat. Did you see the comments that Rikishi made about Solo ready to beat Cody for the world title? I did. Solo Sikoa is not taking the world title from Cody Rhodes. I don't think Solo Sikoa is going to win the world championship at any point in the next 2 years.
Rikishi has been given too many stink faces.
Is Rikishi's podcast all about glazing his sons? I mean, does he talk about anything like relevant to the product?
I do not know.
Ridiculous. Anyway, thank you guys for all your support, man. We had by far the #1 stream tonight, as always, and it will continue to be because this is the place for truth, honesty, and we tell it like it is, man. When it's good, it's good. When it's bad, we're not afraid to admit and let everybody know in that company what exactly is going on. Right now, they are producing television that's not good. The nicest way I could put it. Go follow.
Alexa Bliss trendy.
I don't know. She'll be in the Royal Rumble too. Go follow Jesse on YouTube and on Twitter. You guys need all his info. It is on screen right there at Chi-Town Smark on X, and in the description, go follow him on YouTube. Click his name and it'll take you right to his channel. Make sure you guys do the same for me. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206, where it is peaceful, minus the two fucking geeks that compared me to Alex Jones tonight and said that we were losing viewers even though we continue to fucking kill it every week. And the fact that I'm a wannabe podcaster. Gee, thanks. I don't know who's doing it better than us, but if you want to call us wannabes, then so be it.
Jesse, what do you think about the way Bronson Reed is being booked? Like a fucking killer. Been great. He looks fantastic.
Bronson Reed is fucking great. I'm happy for him, man. Love him. Make sure you guys do all that. Go check out today's video on the channel. It's a great one. I'll be back. I don't know if I'll be back tomorrow. There really is no news, man. November's dead. It is slow until we get to Survivor Series. We got Full Gear, obviously, and then Survivor Series, so it should be a nice back-to-back week. But if there's news, I'll give you guys a video tomorrow. If not, I'll see you live Friday for SmackDown. Friday, we're sponsored by DraftKings. Make sure you guys hit up DraftKings, bro. I'll be tweeting about them because there's a special deal right in time for that Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight. So they'll be sponsoring Friday's show. Make sure you guys also hit that thumbs up on your way out, man. 50 more likes for 1,000. Let's try and get it. I'll see you guys on Friday live right here for the SmackDown Post on Off the Script. I'll see you guys later.